Hey everyone,
¿Comenzamos?
comenzamos. How are you?
No sabía.
I caught you by
Me,
surprise.
me cogiste
By surprise.
desprevenido, sacándome un moco.
Okay.
How are you, Danielita?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very good, very good. We're going to do a tough painting today.
Mm-hmm.
Tough to paint, tough to
Okay.
make it work. Just based on a super simple formal exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if people are looking at this, they have an idea about what we're about to do.
Mm-hmm.
If not, then let me explain it super easily, super quickly, because it is at its core a very simple painting. We're going to do a single value painting. Now, we did a whole week where we did 5 paintings that I think were some more successful than others, because I eyeball this. I don't have I don't know. I don't have a color wheel already done with, these come from a Zorn color palette, but I don't really have a color wheel, which would be like a cool exercise. I think that would be like a cool Saturday thing. Like maybe Danny could help me set the camera up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we'll do something where we can move the monitor here.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just do the color wheel. Like if it's one of those weeks where you need to work,
Okay.
we could do that. Or if it's one of
If
those
it's
weeks
not,
where
I can
I
be
need to
here
work
if you
and
want
what's that?
But that I have no problem in being here. If it's not that I'm busy.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't want to to take some of your time when you have to work for the visual correspondence week. So I would need your help to get started. But then, honestly, if I can see the screen and I know the camera is in a good place,
You're good.
yeah, I think that's
Okay.
pretty good. But what we could do is we could do a nice kind of color wheel based on the Zorn palette, and we could try to match values within that color wheel like super, super nicely.
Okay.
I think that's a really good exercise. Like if I had that, in a nice piece of let's say foam board,
Mm-hmm.
I could use that to help my, mixing when I'm trying to see, okay, let me pick, for example, a value 7, let's say, in a value scale from 0 to 10, where 0 is my darkest dark and 10 is my lightest light.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, okay, that's a value 7. Let me pick all my hues that are in value 7 and pre-mix those. I'm not sure what this value is, to be honest. I think it's, it's certainly towards mid-tone towards light, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not really good at mathematical recognition of my values.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do know, I think, I would bet they're kind of close. One thing I can expect is for this value, the one that comes from my CAD red,
Mm-hmm.
to feel different just because it is its origin is so much more saturated than the rest. So there's going to be contrast by saturation there.
Mm-hmm.
Contrast by chroma. So maybe when I put it down, it kind of feels as if it's contrasty, but I think in terms of value, it isn't. It really
Okay.
isn't. I don't know if people can see them here well, but the only thing is that my appreciation for my mixing here in this very dark palette, because it's essentially quite dark, my palette, not by choice. I just kind of clean it and then rub everything, and this is just like the patina of maybe couple of months or years of painting, but it's very hard to see this color here translated here, just because these are not the same value. My substrate and my palette are not the same value, so my understanding of this color is going to be very different. Ideally, I should have a ground that is somewhat close to my palette. Ideally, that way whatever you mix here looks good there. Or, try to work on a lighter color palette. You could see actually the
wait, 'cause
the plastic.
Wait.
Yes.
There, go Because
Right
I
here?
was there.
Oh, no, it's okay. So I can point here.
No, it's
Okay.
not in the
Oh,
frame.
okay. Not in the frame.
So point down.
So
I
in
took
here,
my
you can
image
see a
out.
tiny little bit because all of this stuff can be peeled off the palette because this is plastic underneath. So it won't really absorb anything that's going on top. So you could literally just, I mean, you can't take a scraper because you're going to ruin the plastic, but you could just kind of lift a little bit and then just peel the rest, which is very satisfying, to be honest. But yeah, I should be working on a palette like this whenever I'm working on my paper, but I don't. And honestly, it's something that's not terribly important for me because I realize I'll have to adjust constantly, and I'll look at my painting and I just constantly adjust. So it's not something that bothers me very much while I'm painting. But if you want to be super organized about it, yeah, you should try to have your substrate prepped in a way that where it mimics or it echoes what is going on in your palette, at least value-wise. It doesn't have to be the same in terms of hue, but value-wise, it would be wise to do so. That's not our case.
The hue affects some of the mixing you do.
Yeah,
If it's
sometimes.
not
Yeah,
same
if it's
hue.
very well, this one's just a gray muck. This is just dirt. So there's not much interference that whatever is here in terms of hue would do. But yeah, but if this was like a cad red,
Yeah, or if you were gonna paint in a super like neon pink or green or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if that was the color you put in the paper.
Oh yeah, that would be
mixing would be
impossible to
so-
gauge. You're totally right. You're absolutely right because, and that's a really good example, Danny, because those neon colors, or let's say, just so it doesn't sound weird, if we're talking about neon colors, like transparent colors that have a high chroma, high saturation, they really need the light to come through them.
Yeah.
So if we have something that's super dark, we're not really able to judge how they're going to behave in something that's light. So you're completely right about that. Anyways, so what I did was try to match these values. I think I'm close. I am expecting this to feel different, even though I think the value is pretty close. I don't think it's darker. I really don't. I think they're very, very close. I mean, I prefer to be less mathematical about it and more just organic about my mixing. Trust my eyes, because if not, then you're never going to, your eyes are never going to get a workout in terms of recognizing value in color. And a huge part of painting is about exactly that. It's not only recognizing hue. I mean, it's kind of easy to say this is a yellow, this is a red, and this is like a neutral bluish gray. But the important part is to say, okay, what value is that yellow? What value is that red? What value is that, bluish neutral gray? So, so we're going to trust that I did my job somewhat cogently, hopefully. And if not, I'll try to adjust here in my painting so that the colors seem the same, even though I do think that this little guy, is going to always feel a little bit different. Because remember, we can have contrast, we can have the same value, so that means that we're sacrificing not a little bit, we're sacrificing entirely contrast by value. So we can't speak about lights, we can't speak about shadows, we can't speak about midtones. We can't. That conversation is moot, right? Doing one of these paintings. The only things we have left is to have contrast by hues. So for example, contrast by complementaries. So something that's green, let's say if we mix these two, will make this red pop out more. And then, based on the color wheel, all the other complementaries. And we can have contrast by saturation. So we can mix something that's gray, and put it right next to something that's saturated. And that should give us a contrast also. We can kind of have contrast by temperature here, but honestly, all these colors have been put through the ringer of being mixed by a very cool white, which is titanium white. So there's coolness to them. You could even see in the cad red how much cooler it feels when mixed with quite a bit of titanium white, actually. And the same thing goes for ivory black. So there is already a sacrifice that is made towards the cooler side of the spectrum, of the temperature spectrum, when we decide that we're going to use titanium white as our pigment that's going to make the lighter tints. So temperature, I think it's off the table a little bit. Saturation, this, as in every Zorn color palette or 4-color palette, the red is going to be our accent in saturation. I think it continues to be so, even though, again, we filtered it a lot through that titanium white. And the one thing that we have is to rely upon our mixing to try and separate those shapes, to try and separate the information. So very tough paintings. I don't know how successful or unsuccessful this one's going to be. But, the good thing about it is just doing the exercise. While doing this exercise, you're going to recognize how hard it is, but how much of a beautiful challenge it also is. So I'm going to say this exercise could be made very, very, much simpler if the shapes are very distinct in your paintings, and you can kind of create conventions for colors and say, okay, this big shape is going to be this color, then this other big shape is going to be a mix of these two. But I haven't done quite that with this painting because I really want to have that experience where it's pretty much like a rectangle, and within that rectangle there's smaller shapes, obviously, but there's not a lot of interesting tangents that are going to create all these very, very cool shapes that can be read as shapes and then aid our understanding of what's going on in the painting. I think this is going to be a very abstract painting, but a really cool painting to paint, I feel, or at the very least a good challenge to go through, which is many times how I see painting. So let's start with a loose-ish drawing just to find my way.
So I was saying hi in the comments to everyone, and I see some questions.
Sure.
Iván estaba diciendo,
Sí, hola Iván, buenas tardes.
hey, tengo un interrogante de curiosidad.
Claro que sí, por favor.
Desde hace un rato.
Sí.
¿Con qué pega la hoja a la tabla? Porque pinta todo el formato, no hay ganchos ni cintas. Sí, ese es un pedacito de cinta.
Mire.
Es que sí. No,
¿no se ve? ¿Y acá?
No, o sea, esta parte de arriba sí se ve.
Sí.
Si señalas, ese
se ve este
ese borde
conchito.
se ve, exacto. Eso se ve.
Sí, Iván.
Y abajo se ve una gotica eso, ahí se está viendo dónde estás mostrando, pero está como contra todo el límite.
Sí, quisiera que la respuesta fuera como más interesante, Iván, pero
es
cinta pegante, cinta de enmascarar.
Cinta de enmascarar.
Incluso la dejamos cortamos el papel, entonces muchas veces queda el cunchito de cinta y eso es como,
eso
no
se
sé,
envía cuando
se me hace bonito.
Sí, es divino.
A mí se me ha hecho súper bonito, entonces nunca lo quise quitar, la verdad.
But Shreya was saying, oof, single value paintings just go over my head.
Yeah, I know. These are tough. These are very, very tough. I mean, there are easier ways. There are ways to make it easier. I'm sorry. But I think today's painting is not going to be one of those ways. But it's fun. It'll make it fun.
Liad was saying, Nicolas, those paintings you did as a single value for a week are some of my favorite paintings.
Oh, that's super cool. I think it's because the exercise is just very, very interesting. And I am kind of sort of handicapping myself here because we're starting with a Zorn palette. So the options in terms of hues is very compressed also. If we were using like a broader palette, we have far more possibilities in terms of hues. And just a difference in hue can mean a huge difference, can make a huge difference in terms of separating shapes. But when we have so very little, it's tough. So that's what I wanted to do today. Just rely on very, very little to see how far we could go.
Oh, and I also posted the link
Yeah?
of our Kickstarter.
Okay.
If someone wants to go check it out.
Yeah,
Yesterday I said we had 5 days to go,
yeah.
but we actually now have 5 days. So when it's 3 p.m., we're going to have 4 days.
Oh, it goes. Okay.
Yeah, because it goes until 3 p.m. So now we have 5 days. Maybe at 3, if I remember, I put 4 days to go.
Yeah, but
So.
I think what you did yesterday is probably the way to go. Just to tell people, it goes up. It goes until the 13th.
13, yeah.
Till 3 o'clock in the afternoon,
Yeah.
Eastern time. I feel.
Veshria was saying huge difference.
I know. Even while I was saying that, I felt it.
Fortunes was saying, love watching you guys while drawing along. That's
Awesome.
super cool.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to show it, you can use the hashtag our painted lives or 2080s24.
No.
So we could check it out. Ricardo was saying, I find it interesting how red can be so saturated, high chroma, and yet appear so dark in relation to the rest of the colors. I find myself having to work more with reds for them to match the value right in relation to the surrounding colors.
Yeah, I think saturation can be very tricky. I mean, I guess like a super simple way is just take a photo and then run it through Photoshop through the what is it called? The dot. When you turn something into
The wheel?
When you turn something to black and white, it's not just desaturated. I think if you want to properly see its value, you have to change it to the dot gain, to dot gain, and dot gain 20%, maybe something like that. I forget exactly how you're supposed to do it to be as close as it should be. But I guess you could do that, or you could kind of blindly trust your cell phone and put it on monochrome mode. Put your camera on black and white mode and just check. Once again, I think that it's super important to trust your eyes, even if you miss, but just in order to train your eyes for the future. So I think that's super important. Danny, I think.
What? Oh, your brushes.
No. But let's see, because I have 4 of these flats.
Because
So
I
I think we
remember
could do-
seeing this morning like a ton
but look, I have 4 flats that are kind of the same.
Yeah, they're
One is
the
like,
same.
no, this one's like a little bit smaller.
Okay.
But that's super fine. That's totally fine.
Because I wouldn't mind going.
No. Let's use these.
Okay.
Let's use these. And that's my drawing there. I'm going to try to somewhat follow it, but not really. There's going to be tons of sacrifices here. Tons of sacrifices that I have to do. And I have to try to figure out, and I'm going to try not to cheat so much, because if I leave like some of the line work, that's what I was realizing, like, okay, I should stop drawing, because if my lines are going to help me, my underdrawing is going to help me, then I feel like I'm cheating a little bit. But let's see. I don't have a plan for this painting, which is my favorite way to try to do paintings.
And do you think it's gonna be enough? The things you premixed?
Oh, yeah, don't
Go there.
don't jinx me. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't jinx it.
No, I was asking 'cause-
I'm going to try to use it intelligently. I mean, I could have used some medium to try and just stretch the paint a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, let's see if we can just use it, scrub it a little bit. So imagine if we're doing a bit of scumbling, and let's see if that can hold. If not, I have to mix it again, and I don't trust myself to get it to the same value. I'm terrible at that, so I'm really bad at pre-mixing. So
No, I was asking because a lot of times it happens to me that I'm like, do you remember the time I was doing the visual correspondence and I was running out of white that I told you?
yeah,
Like, I'm running out of white, and it's not that easy to find gouache here in Bogota.
no,
Like not in nearby store.
no,
So I was kind of panicking, but I was like, no, I'm gonna be fine. Fine. Like I
yeah.
ran out when I was like less than like a quarter of a painting.
Oh yeah, and you
So-
can't replace white. So
No. And I use it a ton.
oh, me too.
So
Yeah, me too. I think I'm almost done with that big tube that I bought. I mean, fortunately, I bought 2 of those.
is it the color you run the fastest?
Yeah, for
through?
sure. for
Because
sure.
that's white for me too.
Yeah, because I mean, it kind of makes sense for me because I'm a very gray painter, like super muted painter. But, it's very true for a lot of people also.
Yeah.
White is, there's a reason why they, at the beginning, there were
White
smaller
day.
tubes and white was the tube that you would get the largest size. Now you can get large sizes for everything.
I don't
But,
know if you heard my joke.
Mm-mm.
That's the reason white they
Oh my God, you and Bashria then are killing it today.
Hi Guillaume, hi Serene. They were saying hi to both of us.
Hey, Guillaume and
Oh.
Serene.
Yeah, Serene CK.
Okay. Hey, Serene.
Remember Serene was asking about the skincare.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I remember because I loved talking about that. Grace and Joyce told us I finished framing Jean.
Oh, that's so
buffet.
cool. Send
I
us a
can
pic.
send a picture to Danny on Instagram if you're interested.
Oh,
yeah, please
100%.
send it and we'll check it out right now. I'm gonna grab my phone.
I'm sure it
to
was
be-
super cool.
Yeah, I want to see how it went. Undines decía saludos. Oh no,
Saludos.
I missed the combo on the brushes you use.
Oh,
I've
no.
been meaning to ask that.
Oh, ¿en inglés o en español entonces?
¿En inglés lo preguntó?
Sí, bueno. So I can answer both very quickly. No, these are very cheap. This is like craft store grade brushes. I mean, probably 5 or 6 of these are $1 maybe.
And like Colombian craft.
Yeah,
also.
$1.50 at most. So these are just flat synthetic brushes, and they're very cheap. They're really good and sharp for a couple of paintings, and eventually they just splay. You can see. Well, you can't see. I'm sorry about that, but that's probably not in focus. But yeah, they get splayed, and probably for sure, yeah, they lose their shape even quicker when under my hands, because I don't really take great care of my brushes. A substrate that has no priming and the choice of not using medium, that combination is terrible for your brushes, because paint is going to suck very quickly. Your substrate is going to absorb very, very quickly your paint, the oil in your paint specifically, and it's going to feel super draggy, very, very draggy. So you have to put some muscle into your brush strokes. And brushes don't like that. When you have to do that, you're beating up your brushes a lot. So yeah, so I'm happy just making these smaller investments on these brushes that are totally adequate, totally fine for the way I paint. But their life is cut short quite dramatically by the choices that I do. I have to be very honest about that too.
So I just received the pictures
Yeah.
that Grayson sent us. So I'm
Awesome.
gonna show it to you.
Yeah, please. Oh, that looks so cool.
And look, they didn't do like a passepartout, but on top of
Oh.
it, so you can see the
Taped it on top. Can I see the bigger one? Could you zoom in?
this one.
Yeah, whichever one. Just zoom in on. Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, because they sent us 4 pictures.
Yeah, that is so cool. Would you mind? Because I would love to. Would you mind? I don't know. You don't have to do it, but in your Instagram, could you tag us if you put it in a story or something? I just think it looks really really cool.
Yeah,
It looks super
looks
powerful.
Super cool.
So I really like it. Thank you so much. I'm always very grateful when people take even greater care than I do with the paintings. So
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing.
It
Thank you
looks
so much.
So good. Oh, and wait, because Grayson was saying it's been overcast, so the pictures aren't the best. Sorry about reflections too. I'm so happy with it. And a heart. Oh no.
No, that's
looks so
they're
good.
perfectly fine.
Yeah. And I love that you can see like the trim of the paper.
Yeah, the edges.
Like it's not covered with a passepartout.
No, with the matte.
Matte? It's called.
Yeah,
matte?
that's what they. It's. I know it's a very traditional word, passepartout, but
yeah.
but in English it's matte.
I know I'm gonna forget that next time. I
Just call it passepartout again.
Passepartout.
Yeah.
It sounds fancy.
It sounds very European.
Passepartout. No.
Yeah.
How?
I wonder what that has to be either French or an Italian word.
Passepartout.
Yeah, that's got to be French or Italian for sure.
Ricardo was saying Nico
Yeah.
no. Like he's trying to wait. He's
What?
like saying wait. He's saying like a scene. You're gonna get what I'm saying.
Okay, I don't because I don't.
Nico, dos
Yeah.
puntos, grabs 4 of the same brushes. Also Nico. No, they're different. Tries to convince himself.
No. Look.
Those 3 are the same.
So,
That
I
one's
mean,
bigger.
they're flat synthetics, but 10, 10, 12, 12. So,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
But you were right.
yeah.
Mm,
So, I think that's going to be my base color. And right now, I don't know how weird it looks. Should I check with my camera? Let me see.
how weird it looks. What?
If there's like a big value change between these.
Do you want to check with mine? Because you have reference there. And I'm
I
not
don't
using
care.
my phone.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
Like, let me see. More monochrome. That's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty good, right?
Really good. Yeah, you can see it on screen.
Yeah,
and
look
it
at
looks
that.
the same.
So we're doing good.
Yeah.
So I wasn't
Really
super
good.
off with
Yeah.
that. Okay.
It would be super cool if maybe I'm throwing you under the bus. But
What's that? To see in the end if it's all gray? No,
yeah,
I like
maybe on
those. I like that
Instagram.
challenge.
Like
no.
maybe on Instagram you can put the image
Yeah.
and the monochrome image.
No, I like those challenges. I think but I'm happy that these two are close.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. I was very scared. I was going to be like, "Oh crap. Now I have to I have to adjust everything." So let's keep one for the gray and one for the ochre here. And let's do one for I don't know how to interpret that the hair. I don't know if I should go purple. Like purple, right? I mean grayish pink or if I should mix a lot of them together. I'm going to go with a lot of them together. And I don't know how effective that's going to be, but let's see. I think at some point it's just a, gray again. So, I don't know. Yeah. I can kind of tell. I thought it could start to feel earthier, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. But let's see. Let's see if there's enough color contrast in terms of color. There seems to be. Okay, that's not bad. So I'm going to go for that as hair. Let's see.
Undines, that was asking about the brushes,
Yeah.
was saying, but are they flat brushes or filbert?
Oh, they're flats. Yeah.
The
yeah.
round ones you mostly use? I'm just curious because I like how you create your strong angles. I
Oh
hope it
yeah,
makes sense.
usually I'll start with because I have those two rosemary ones, but one is a filbert and one is a flat that is super super splayed. So it's very the edges are just very very organic. I feel because they're not clean at all. But I usually use those brushes, and then I'll either come in with like a smaller round that's bristle, so I could model a little bit. I've done that. But then when I want to push like the geometry of the shapes, yeah, for sure, it's a lot of work with these. But these, honestly, this is for everyone. You can find any of these anywhere in the world. I feel it's like go to any store where they sell brushes, and these sometimes have like glitter handles,
Yeah.
and they're all perfect. They're all absolutely perfect for that job. So I just buy the ones that are there. Honestly, I could care less. Like, if I bought another brand, these are usually all like Chinese brushes. But if I got like another brand, it would be the same. They do exactly the same thing. So yeah, I don't think in this case the brand is really important, to be honest. Shape, yes. I kind of want it to be, and I need it to be flat. But aside from that, I don't think there's anything really important about the brush.
Mm, Serene CK was saying, kind of curious. How do you mail your paper paintings usually?
Oh, do you want to bring one of the
Yeah, we
little
can.
boxes?
Oh, but yours?
Yeah.
Are they closed now?
I
They
think
are.
all of them. I mean,
Okay.
they're not in the envelope, but yeah, but they could see the box.
Okay.
Maybe one of the smaller ones that can fit on camera. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, because tomorrow's our shipping day, so we are getting ready for that. Well, I'm getting ready for that because Danny's working on the. Danny has like her week of the visual correspondence, and I have to do the shipping tomorrow. So this is a smaller one. This is going to Monique. I'm sorry. We're very sorry if it's taking a little bit longer for permits. Again, not something we control. So what this is just a sandwich. This is foam board, like white foam board. It could be, the black foam board. We have other ones with black. Inside, there's cardboard. And for these smaller paintings, like, you can tell, like, I'm actually putting some weight to that. Like, they won't bend as easily. The larger ones have, like, wood backing. So, with with Jean Dubuffet's painting, maybe you can attest that when it reached you, it had a backing, a wooden backing, so it won't buckle. So the painting won't buckle and bend. For smaller ones, it's fine, and we just put this. So and it's cardboard, and inside the cardboard there is wax paper, like paraffin paper, so the painting doesn't press against the cardboard and maybe peel off or whatever. So it's paraffin paper, like a sandwich of paraffin paper, and then a sandwich of cardboard, sandwich of foam board, and then a bubble wrap envelope, like a FedEx bubble wrap envelope. And that's how we ship. So I think this is okay. I need, oh God, if I had 20 brushes, I'd probably be using them right now just to have my mixes clean. Because I think I really need to do that at the beginning. So I'm going to make this greener up here just to separate it.
And talking about shipping things, I am doing my first crate.
Yeah.
The first crate for sending a sculpture.
Yeah, it's looking good.
It's been fun. Yeah.
You want to show it?
Okay.
I put you on the spot. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It looks weird now.
It looks great. I thought it looked great. I thought it looked super cool.
So I'm gonna
Do
show
you want me to show it, or do
yeah,
you want?
yeah, but I was gonna talk for a bit. I was gonna say it's missing a wall and the upper part,
Yep.
but that's how it's looking right now. Maybe if Roslyn is here, I am creating Roslyn's Ercilia, the wood carving. So yeah.
Okay, but you can kind of tell it's a lot of foam. Oh no, but people like this. A lot of foam, layers of foam, because we can't really get this. So Danny has been using some of the foam that my figures come in. So it's good. I'm gonna keep ordering figures if Danny keeps selling sculptures. So that's pretty cool. So layers of that, and then she just has like. Oh, okay. So yeah, so it just nestles in very nicely. It's very nice, and she's gluing it. I don't know why you're gluing it. You could just tape it.
No, because I want it to be super sturdy.
Okay, but I think tape is gonna be fine.
No.
I am pretty sure.
I want to glue it.
Okay, no, you do you, but I think it's gonna be okay.
I think I'm gonna do glue and tape.
Yeah. Oh, if it was for you, you would be like glue, tape, rabbit skin glue.
Yeah.
Elmer's glue.
Nails,
Yeah.
everything. Oh, so Grace and Joyce was saying that, of course, I'll put the pics on my story and tag you both.
Oh, awesome,
That's
Grayson.
amazing.
Yeah. And I hope it reached you okay, Grayson, because I was saying like how yours had like a wooden backing. So hopefully it reached you okay. I think we had some issue. FedEx can handle packages horribly, and I think we had a tiny bit of an issue. It was not big at all, but a painting that was sent to Beverly listened. He told me that there was a tiny little bend, but he just kind of like massaged it and it disappeared. But it just made us realize, okay, with larger packages, they're not going to be careful, so we need some backing. Sad part is in all of this is like, because we put one piece of wood as backing, it just, the package becomes a little bit heavier, and then the price goes up, and so it's ridiculous. But, those are the things you have to deal with when you're shipping stuff.
So Serene CK was saying, oh, wow, I see. Thanks so much. Super safety cushion. Nice. So cool. Oh, a crate. Very exciting. Wow, this is super neat. Said Beshria, and Serene CK said, thank God for figure packaging. LOL. Nice. Yeah, Grace and Joy said, yep. Jean arrived safe and sound.
Oh, that is always our concern. And even if permits take a little bit long to get, because that's kind of frustrating, we're always like super happy, and we've never ever had. We are over 400 paintings in. We've never had one issue. Like, knock on wood. I don't think this is wood, but wherever wood is, I'll knock on it. But we've never had a single issue with any painting, with the shipping of any painting. So we have to give props to FedEx in that sense. I mean, they are very expensive. Sometimes customs will stop a package, and we'll have to send like a bunch of paperwork and stuff, but it's never been a thing where it's like, okay, the package is lost, or customs just lost it.
Guillaume was saying, Passepartout is French.
Oh, there we go.
And Marcelo Peralta said that in Portuguese they say Passepartout.
Oh, there we go. So that's nice. Good to know.
Gabriel Pozo dice, hola Nico y Dani.
Hola Gabriel.
Hola Gabriel, ¿cómo están? Muy bien, Gabriel, gracias. Y dice, chévere el prompt de hoy y el suéter de Dani.
Uy.
Ah, gracias, es una camisa. Es una camisa, sí, de botones.
Creo que me miraste. ¿Por qué me miraste cuando diste camisa? No sé.
Sí.
Buscabas confirmación en mí. Yo
sí.
decía, yo no sé qué decir, Dani.
Sí, no. Iba a decir... no.
Por si camisa sonaba raro.
No, o sea, es que no sé si se dice así en todo lado.
¿Una camisa? Sí, creo que camisa. Sí,
camisa acá es la de botones. No camiseta, sino camisa. Que para Nicolás todo es camiseta.
Todo es una camiseta.
Sí.
Todo es Cualquier cosa. Ropa para mí, cualquier cosa.
So hi Rohit Kemhavi, and also hi to Alejandro Morales that just I'm seeing they joined. Pierre Halle maybe
Mhm.
said, is squinting the best way to judge values?
Oh, if you could see my face, I'm squinting at my painting.
I was gonna say that
Right when you asked it, I was squinting at my painting.
if you've seen me through the video, I've been
Yeah.
squinting a couple of times.
So let's double check this, because now we have a lot of, now we have, let's say, 1, 2. This is a little transparent here, so I'm kind of iffy about that one. But we have this, which I'm like a little nervous now, because that red, I'm almost positive that red is the same value, but it may be a little bit darker. So we need to adjust for that a little bit. But let's see. I don't have an ego. Well, I do have an ego, but painting usually destroys my ego. So in terms of painting, I don't have an ego, and I want to check and see how we're doing. Okay, this is for all of us because I haven't seen it. Yeah. Oh, fuck me. I'm sorry.
A little higher.
It's a little darker. Yeah, it's a little.
No, I was gonna say that if you can
do you
hold
think
it.
Oh, sorry. Do you think the ochre is lighter? It's a little too light. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, but maybe because it's kind of transparent here.
A little bit.
Over
yeah,
here?
a little bit. Let me do something, and we'll check in a second.
Okay.
Because you're right. The value shifts here, we may think they're big. Oh my God, they're not even half a step.
Yeah.
They're so
No,
minuscule.
if they were one step,
Oh,
they would be
no!
so
One step
noticeable.
is like it looks like
A
absurd
completely different
contrast.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're totally right. So let me see, because the little bit of what Danny was saying, the little bit of paper that's kind of showing through can make a big difference. So let's make sure that we have something a little bit thicker there, and we'll see if we can judge. But I do think, just my eyes are telling me that it's like a tiny bit darker. That like these values are darker than
lighter,
the yellow.
say.
So
Yeah.
I think I have to darken my yellow. So I think we should do that.
I think if you squint, you kind of see it a tiny bit lighter. Yeah.
So I think we should adjust that yellow just super quickly.
So while you do that,
Yeah. I mixed a lot of yellow. Forgot. I'm gonna be painting yellow paintings for the whole week.
Sif Bayomi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it okay, but they can let us know, was saying, do you frame your paperwork? And if so, what frames do you use? Also, do you have any apps to recommend to have a good picture of your work? When apps to use for your work before posting?
We take photos, like our final photos. We're usually not even able to share our final photos, I've noticed, because I take them by hand once we finish the painting, really.
With our camera.
But we actually shoot them with our camera, and it's a nice camera, so I'm not gonna lie. So it's a nice camera, nice lens. But honestly, your cell phone is fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Like even if it's like not these new cell phones that have like amazing cameras, just get a tripod and a holder for your phone and put it on a timer, and just put your painting in a place where the lighting is kind of flat or indirect, and you're gonna have a really great picture, even if it takes 5 seconds for the picture to for you to take the picture, for the shutter to be open for 5 seconds. Don't worry, like just use those 5 seconds. Like who cares? It's in a tripod. You're not gonna move it. It doesn't matter. So
and I was also gonna say that the only thing we and I speak for Nicolas and I, because we've talked about this before, but the only thing we would suggest, if you're trying to sell it or if you want to like show it somewhere, try to make it as accurate as it looks in person. Because sometimes if you use a lot of apps or if you edit it a lot, it looks cool as an image, but it doesn't look as the painting you did. So try to be super accurate to how it really looks. don't you think?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Oh, and Sif Bayumi was also saying, how do I get your book? My birthday is next week, and I'm trying to get me one before it's too late. Oh,
Oh, that's so
awesome.
nice.
Thank
Thank you so much.
So I just pinned a comment at the beginning of the stream with the link, but let me share it again so you can check it out. Because it's, remember, it's a Kickstarter. So the book hasn't been done. We're going to do it. And the shipping date is approximately December 2022.
Yeah, I would say between late November, early December, mid-December.
So, book campaign link. I'm gonna tag you in the comments so you can see it. There you go. Nathan Parrott was saying the wood back has worked perfect. Thanks for the attention to detail.
Oh, thank you so
that's
much,
amazing.
Nathan. Yeah. Nathan has also been like super
generous,
supportive of us. So thank you so much, Nathan.
Yeah, no, and happy to know that it has worked, because we've thought about the larger paintings a lot, like in terms of packaging.
Yeah.
Because as we said, it's bigger than the regular envelope, like bubble wrap envelope FedEx has,
which has like a flat fee.
Mm-hmm.
So it's when you go past that flat fee, you get overcharged.
Yeah, and not only that, but when they ship them, like when they put them in a trunk and then an airplane or whatever, they just pile them up.
Yeah.
So if it's bigger, we were worried that maybe something could bend it. But I think the wood has been a great solution.
Yeah,
so
with Beverly's, it seemed like somebody literally just made an effort to bend it.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes those carriers, the people that do the mailing are amazing, and they, I'm so conscious that they're overworked and underpaid, and but they do an amazing job, and they're super nice, and it's a hell of a job. I mean, it's pretty terrible to just have those routes and have to deliver packages every day and maybe know that, or treat every single package as if it's like something super, super important.
Yeah.
When in fact, we are such dumb consumers, all of us in this world, that sometimes we just order stuff that's completely irrelevant. And they kind of know it, so sometimes they're mad about that. It's like, oh my God, I have to work overtime just so that somebody can have like this pillow. But so these guys are amazing. I mean, these people are incredible workers. But yeah, sometimes you get some of those bad apples that they're just mad at the world, and they'll take a package and sit on it.
Yeah, but
or
I
they'll
would
find
say
like
that,
satisfaction in that, and that's a little sad.
Yeah, and I would say not only that, but also things happen. So maybe like they drop it, or it gets like tangled somewhere, so they have to like it gets stuck, and they have to take it out. Like I think things happen. So we've been super lucky, but of course there's some packages that don't arrive to their home in the best shape. I'm not talking about our packages, because as you said, we have been super lucky, and we're very thankful with FedEx for that. But I think like in general with shipping, again, things happen. I mean, it's happened to you. Like I remember once you bought some oil paints, and they came with the oil out, like they were spilling out.
Yeah,
and
like
it's
super squished.
And it's no one's fault.
Wow. I mean, you've seen the videos too. I'm not exaggerating here.
Yeah. Oh, and you know which one was the worst? I just remember the drawing. Remember the drawing?
Oh, yeah. Our drawing was like drenched. It was a cardboard tube that was drenched because,
First of all, it was, I think, and we've talked about it, but I think that the artist did very secure packaging, let's say. Yeah. So it was kind of bad from the get-go.
Yeah.
And it's like they put it inside a pool
Yeah.
before we got it. And then like a
Like it
motorcycle
was raining outside
passed.
and they thought, you know what would be great? To leave this tube, this cardboard tube
For
with a
a
drawing
week?
inside outside.
Yeah.
It was pretty, yeah, it was
And it's
sad.
like they afterwards like a motorcycle passed on top of it. Yeah, because it was super wrinkly and
Yeah. That one was tough. That
Yeah.
one, but you know, we managed to somewhat save it.
yeah.
And
We still
I
love
like
it.
it.
Yeah.
I still feel it tells a story, and
Yeah.
it's super nice.
Yeah. Jesús de la Osa dice, Dani, hice una pintura digital con la referencia del jueves, ahí te etiqueto luego en Instagram para que la veas y también con hashtag 2080s24.
Ah,
Ay, muchas gracias, Jesús.
no alimenten
claro.
el troll, por
Ahí
favor.
vamos a estar mirando.
Ah,
Hashtag 2080s24. Hashtag 2080s24 ever.
oh God.
Do you like that?
No,
Nicolás?
like literally no.
Pero muchas gracias, Jesús. Ahí vamos a estar mirándolas. Nosotros siempre tratamos de ver todas. Leslie Cavazos Garduño was saying, hello, happy Tuesday. Are we going to explain today's palettes? I love your blouse, Danny. Oh, thank you. Thank you so
we did an explanation at the beginning, but I'll gladly talk about it very, very quickly again. So these are same-ish. I'm going to go with same-ish because I don't trust my mixing anymore, but same-ish value. I'd like to believe they're very close in value. So at least we're going to say they're very, very, very close in value. I would say they're within not even half a step in terms of steps in value. They're probably like within a quarter of a step, I would say. So that's pretty close. I think that's pretty good for this exercise. Ideally, sure. If we were machines, we could just like mix perfectly those in the same value. Or if we took like, you know, a long time trying to premix them and checking constantly. But I think they're good. I think for what we're doing, I think they're pretty good. And we're just trying to understand how to build a painting when there is no contrast by value. So that's very, very tough. So all we're left with is contrast by hues. So we can use contrast by complementaries or contrast by saturation, which we have like a color here that still, because it comes from Cad Red, has in it the nature of an accent and saturation. So that's going to make it feel quite different from the rest.
Nathan Parrott was saying, kudos to Bryce Liston for the backing suggestion. You both do a wonderful job. We're also excited.
Oh, it was Bryce. I'm sorry. I don't know why I messed that up. It was Bryce. Yes, 100%.
We're also excited for your next book project. Can't wait. Thank you so much, Nathan. Thank you so much. Yeah, and it was Bryce. What did you say?
I think I said Beverly. Yeah, it was my brain just,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're
my
painting,
neuron turned off.
painting and talking.
No. Yeah, I apologize for
remembering,
that. That was my bad.
But
And I was thinking of Bryce, but I don't know why Beverly came out. So.
But Shreya said, hashtag 2080s20 forever. I love it.
Oh my. Oh yeah. You two
Please
are.
use it, Bashriya. I'm gonna be checking 2080s20
yeah,
forever.
you two are killing it today.
Also. Bashriya was also asking, how do you get the right lighting to take pictures of your paintings?
So best is so if you have two light sources that you can point at the painting from like at an angle, that's good. That's how traditionally photos are taken of paintings. But a lot of us don't have that setup or professional lights or stuff like that. So just put it on a wall that doesn't have direct lighting. If it's just diffused lighting is perfect. Absolutely perfect. So if you have that, take advantage of that because that's perfect lighting for you.
Grace and Joyce was saying, I gotta go early today, but I'm happy I was able to share the photos with you all.
Super, super happy that it the painting reached you okay, and I think the frame looks amazing. So. And
Grayson also said, also excited to see this painting when it's resolved. This exercise is always interesting. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you.
You too, Grayson. And it really, really good, super good. It looks super good.
Yeah.
I said it good, super good.
It good.
It good goods. If you know what I mean.
No.
No one knows
No.
what I mean. Ever.
Well, we can Just smile and wave.
Am, Emi Cianuro dice, buenísimas tardes, Nico y Dani.
Buenas tardes.
Buenísimas tardes, Emi. Ya apoyé el Kickstarter.
Wow, muchas gracias.
Sí, solo pude apoyarlos con el libro, aunque la
No.
versión de 100 artistas casi me convence a dejar de comer por un mes.
No, no más, no, ahí sí ya me siento yo horrible.
Y Emi dice, una pregunta, ¿compartirán las pinturas que hará Nicolás de los 100 artistas? Sería genial verlas. Entonces, antes de que respondas, muchísimas gracias, Emi. De verdad, muchísimas, muchísimas gracias por apoyarnos con el libro. Si quieres responder.
Ah, bueno, sí, no sabía si ibas a decir algo más. Sí. Primero, muchas gracias, obviamente. Sabemos que eso es un esfuerzo grande y en particular para personas que de pronto tienen que hacer un cambio con el dólar. Entonces, no sé dónde esté Emi, pero sí, entendemos eso 100% y de verdad somos súper agradecidos con todo eso. Sí, algunas, no nos podemos comprometer a decir que las 100, vamos a hacer 100 sesiones, 100 videos de pintar esos rewards, pero vamos a hacer algunos.
Algunas,
sí. Con certeza vamos a hacer algunos y pues puede ser súper chévere, súper bonito ver también para la gente que se dé cuenta de cómo van a hacer esas pinturas. Yo creo que la gran mayoría de la gente igual sabe qué esperar.
Sí, como decíamos, ya hay más de 400 videos para que se den una idea.
Sí, exacto. Entonces, por ese lado creo que no va a haber sorpresas, pero pues sí es chévere también como tener un ejemplo para las personas y decirles, este es el tipo de pintura que pueden esperar. Eso también es súper importante para mí, como para yo tener un punto de referencia. Aunque los tengo en mi mente, ya lo tengo, pero pues para mí en términos del trabajo es bien importante como tener ese punto de referencia. Entonces sí, algunas las vamos a hacer con certeza, no todas, yo creo. O sea, me atrevo a decir que no podemos todas.
Sí. Belts said super good goods. Yeah. Gabriel Pozo dice, oigan, yo he sido más que todo un lurker en el Discord, pero hay una cantidad de talento increíble.
¡Qué chévere!
Sí,
¡Qué bueno!
¡qué chévere! Yo también he revisado de vez en cuando. Como yo dije,
Tú también eres lurker.
Sí, la que mira y nunca
está
habla,
bien.
pero así soy yo en todo.
Yo así empecé
Entonces,
con los foros hace mucho tiempo, cuando me metí a los foros de pintura. Porque a uno hay veces le da como pena comentar, o a mí, no
Pero
a
mira
uno,
que
a mí me daba como pena
Sí.
comentar en esa época, y yo decía, uy, todo el mundo pinta re bien, y yo acá que quiero preguntar es como, ¿cuál es ese aceite? O sea, unas preguntas así re tontas, y entonces me daba como pena al principio, y después uno ahí ya se va como acostumbrando a las demás personas, y eran súper amables, o sea, eventualmente terminaron todos siendo súper, súper amables en esos foros. Pero sí, hay gente súper chévere. Y yo creo que o sea, si ese espacio logra albergar por el tiempo que sea, si el Discord dura 2 meses,
está perfecto.
y que la gente está compartiendo cosas y que la gente no se ofende, que eso es súper importante también, o no se pone a pelear por tonterías, sino que están ahí como para acordarse de que pueden utilizar ese espacio para esos intereses donde se intersectan. O sea, nosotros como seres humanos seguramente tenemos creencias distintísimas, pero por lo menos si uno dice, aquí en este sitio se intersecta un interés que yo tengo con otra persona que, pues, no sé, o sea, no tiene que ser mi mejor amigo, mi mejor amiga, o sea, no pasa nada si pensamos distinto en otras cosas, pero podemos respetarnos acá y podemos hablar de pintura. Yo creo que si eso logra aguantar un poco de tiempo, fantástico.
Sí.
Y esperemos que dure, que lo que dure sea como para que crezca un espacio donde se pueden conocer personas. O sea, se pueden conocer seres humanos y uno diga, oiga, chévere lo que está haciendo. O de pronto, ¿usted vende esto? ¿Será que le puedo comprar esto? O, oiga, usted está cerca a mi ciudad, ¿le gustaría que de pronto nos pusiéramos de acuerdo para crear un grupo de dibujo al natural o un grupo de pintura o, oiga, ¿le gustaría acompañarme a ver galerías a ver si podemos proponer nuestro trabajo como una exposición conjunta? Cosas así, o sea, hay relaciones que crecen de uno conocerse en línea, entonces puede ser muy bonito.
Sí, pero iba a decir que en mi caso no es
Ujú.
como que me dé pena, como decías tú, sino que yo creo que yo con todas las redes sociales soy así. Como que
Tú respondes en tu mente,
sí, yo
todo.
disfruto lo que veo, sonrío y ya. O sea, yo no soy mucho de interactuar
No, no,
en
no.
redes. Entonces, a eso, más me refería a eso. Ronar said, hey Danny and Nico, ¿qué tal? I'm attending Menorca.
Oh, that's
Wow,
so
that's super
cool.
cool. We're gonna meet there.
Awesome.
I'm attending Menorca and I've got a question about the paints to bring. May I ask it on here? Yeah,
Sure,
for sure.
sure.
Um, Javi have said, always a lurker and a creeper, but really enjoy the talent. Okay, that sounds.
It sounded a little weird, but we'll allow it.
Yeah. As I said on the first streams, kind of sketchy.
That was a little shady, yeah.
Oh,
Little
did I
bit.
said shady or sketchy? I think
I
it
think
was
those are
sketchy.
synonyms. Yeah, those could be used as the same thing.
Hola Gaby. Gaby nos estaba saludando.
Gaby, necesito que me explique porque Gaby estaba, creo entender. Gaby hizo una imagen de unos personajes que supongo son de alguna historia. Supongo, Gaby. Necesito que me explique un poco.
Como una historia como de un fanart, ¿te refieres?
Hizo como fan art, que yo hay veces pienso que yo todo lo que hago es fan art, honestamente, pero entonces para mí fan art no es como
No,
nada.
es para entender.
Sí, sí,
O sea, igual no
pero
lo digo.
no,
como
sabes, es que yo estaba pensando con esa conversación que estábamos teniendo ayer, ese pedacito que tuvimos como de copyright y de cosas así, que uno hay veces, o sea, el fan art recae 100% en que le den a uno la libertad de uno poder pintar las cosas que a uno le gustan.
Ujú.
O sea, no existiría nunca la posibilidad de alguien de decir, estoy que me pinto una rana René, porque entonces estaría siempre pensando, no, la rana René no me
No me
pertenece,
pertenece,
entonces no
sí.
puedo y no puedo decir nada con la rana René, así lo ame con toda mi existencia. Entonces Gaby hizo como un ser alado, creo, no sé,
¿Será
es
la-
como un ser mítico ahí, un ser mítico sexy, un sex mítico, y
Sex
no sé qué
mítico?
estoy diciendo. Y con la protagonista, supongo,
Ok.
su pareja sentimental de pronto, no sé. Y creo que tuvo una buena respuesta. Entonces necesito saber qué
¿Qué
es
quieres
eso.
saber? No entendí.
¿Quiénes
¿Quiénes
son?
son?
¿Quiénes
Ok.
son?
Sí, no, es que te me fuiste un poquito.
Ay, pues sí, la coloreé un poco la historia, pero
Pero por fuera de la línea, porque
sí,
no estaba
sí,
entendiendo
no,
de
me
qué
hubiera rajado en
hablabas.
kinder.
Sí. Gabriel Pozo dice, la TED Talk de Nicolás ayer estuvo fantástica y un emoji de
No,
carita riéndose
no,
llorando.
gracias, no, gracias.
Hannah was saying, Nicolás, who's the next rock legend that you would like to paint after very sexy Robert Plant and small
Oh,
torsoed Hendrix?
yeah, I loved that Robert Plant. That one, my sister asked if she could do like a giclée of
Mm-hmm.
to give to Esteban,
Oh, I
to
remember.
my niece's boyfriend,
Yeah.
and they sent it to him. So I
You
know
even
Esteban
You
was
even
here.
wrote something.
Yeah, I think he's a great young artist. So Esteban was here yesterday, and he said hi to us, and I forgot to.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Because
he said
yesterday
hi
we
like
didn't
super
say
early.
hi.
He said hi super early, and we were already like talking and not like giving shout outs. So we'll use this video just to say hi to him. But
I don't know if he's even here, but
no, he's probably like offended. He's like, yeah, F these guys. Forget it.
Nah.
Goodbye.
no, he's not like
Goodbye.
that. No.
Who would we? Let's see, because I do like somebody who's bluesy or classic rockish, something like that. Bluesy, jazzy, classic rock. I really let me think, because I was gonna say something, but I stopped myself. Let me see. Can you think of somebody that you would want me to paint?
Like a famous.
Yeah, I was looking at Clapton. I was looking at like early Clapton. Mick Jagger, I've always wanted to paint. I've always wanted to do like a Killer Bowie painting, like a super Killer Bowie painting.
Let's see who has
or like
a
a Jagger painting. Because I love those lanky, 70s, those late 60s, 70s, like kind of bodies, male bodies that were like super, super skinny. I love that stuff.
They were suggesting, Alejandro Morales said Mick Jagger.
Yeah, I'd love a Mick.
Hannah was saying any one of the Pink Floyd guys.
Oh,
and
nice.
Hannah also said David Gilmour.
Okay, yeah.
Javi Have said Janis Joplin.
Oh, I
Jim
could
Morrison.
Oh, Janis is like amazing.
And yeah, the amazing Vaughn said Morrison is a good one. Gaby dice.
Sí, so we're getting explanation. A ver, Gaby,
Yes.
Gabycita.
Es fanart de un libro que se llama Una corte de espinas de Sara J. Más.
¿Qué?
No se dice Sara J. Espacio M-A-A-S.
Entonces, bueno, ese es el apellido, sí.
J más.
Sí.
Más.
Debe ser como... No sé, mentiras. ¿Para qué me pongo a decir?
Es un sexy mítico. Apoyo mucho ese nombre, jajaja.
Sí.
Se llaman Cassian y Nesta. Son dos fae.
¿What?
Y entre paréntesis puso hadas-ish. O sea, como hadas.
¿Ese es un tipo de figura mítica? ¿Fae?
F-A-E.
Fae. Eso suena como a irlandés, ¿no? Como a celta, ¿no?
Uy, yo no sé.
Un poquito.
A mí todo me suena a lo que no es.
Pero ese en particular sí suena muy, muy celta.
Gaby dice, además, ya me mandé a hacer los prints.
Muy bien.
Manifestando tu buena idea.
Pues claro. Esos prints con la primera respuesta de la gente que era... Gaby, es que uno ni siquiera tiene que mandarlos a hacer. O sea, hay tiendas donde los... O sea, es print on demand.
Sí.
Sí, entonces si alguien quiere uno lo imprimen. Claro que lo malo es que ahí usted recibe solo un porcentaje, pero pues usted también podría hacer eso. Es como, hey, voy a ofrecer... Por eso, Gaby, es que la gente dice, hey, voy a ofrecer estos prints hasta tal fecha. Y usted recibe orders y con base en esas orders, pues los imprime los que haya. En vez de ponerse uno a imprimir y hacer una inversión inicial que uno no sabe si después los puede vender, pues uno dice, no, los voy a imprimir con base en lo que me pidan y ya. Ahí elimina toda especulación.
Alejandro Morales dice fee, es la palabra alemana para hada.
Ah, no le he atinado a nada.
¿An hada? Nada.
Uy, no.
Renard, that was asking about the Menorca
Yeah.
oil paints, was saying, thanks. Can I switch the bismuth for Hansa yellow?
Yeah, I think
and
so.
Cobalt for ultramarine? I'm new to using color regardless.
Okay.
And already have a ton of those two pigments.
That's fine. You don't need to buy those. Like the difference there is like, I wouldn't say negligible because they are a little bit different. Hansa yellow will get close to what is bismuth, but between ultramarine and cobalt there is a difference. Cobalt is brighter and a little more saturated, but don't worry, we'll make it work. Don't worry. I can't think of a single exercise that depends on you absolutely needing those colors. No, because only Danny and myself know the exercise we're gonna do. So don't worry about it. You're fine.
We and the Carles.
Oh yeah, and Carles and Jorge.
Yeah, because they both.
They have to check.
Yeah.
Because we had to logistically check if those are the exercises that we're proposing.
We're
not to say that are doable, because all of them are doable. We're not talking about complicated stuff here, so don't get nervous by listening to us. But we just wanted to make sure that it sounded okay. That it was like, okay, yeah, we can do this.
So let's see, because they were commenting on more people you should paint.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
Jeff Avila was saying Bowie.
Yeah, Bowie I want.
Undine said, oh my, if you do a killer Bowie, I will be the first to buy it. Guillaume
Thank you.
said Tom Waits.
Oh, Tom Waits is great.
Ricardo said I'm a lanky long boy. Beshria said Janis Joplin for sure. Juan Cueva said CC Top.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of them, but yeah. Like ideally, it'd be cool if I was a fan. So there's some joy and some playfulness when I'm painting. So
Nathan Parrott said David Bowie. Jinx, Nicolas, we said Bowie at the same time.
nice, perfect.
Pierre Halle said, please paint Napalm Death. Great music and
Oh
great
wow,
guys."
that's a throwback.
Marco Peralta said, I like to see a Kraftwerk painting. Javi Have said Bob Dylan.
Yeah, I wanted to do Dylan too.
Gaby dice, pues me mandé por una de esas páginas de print on demand.
Ah,
Porque
perfecto.
para mandar a Estados Unidos como que mejor no.
Es que sí, eso es lo malo, Gaby, que para poder mandar tocaría como que la persona supiera que tiene que pagar o uno cobrar eso en el precio,
Sí, es que
el
desde
envío,
acá es muy difícil.
o que la persona sepa desde el comienzo que va a tener que hacerse cargo de eso. Cuando paga, saber que también va a haber un costo de envío que va a ser alto.
Que a veces
Y
es más
mucha
alto
gente,
que el print.
sí, mucha gente a veces ahí es cuando dice, no, chao, no sabía que iba a ser tan costoso, gracias.
Liet said, how about Tool?
Oh, cool, yeah.
Belts was saying Lou Reed.
Lou Reed, yeah.
Lou Reed, I'm sorry.
And Tool, if somebody says Tool, it's because they're a fan of Tool, I feel. Nobody would suggest Tool if they weren't a fan of Tool, I feel. It's like T-Rex.
Undine said Johnny Cash.
I did a Johnny for a workshop, like a online workshop. It's pretty cool.
Pierre Halle said single value Kraftwerk sounds great, Marcelo. And Liet said about Tool, yes, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
A huge Tool fan. Undine said, oh my, where? When you said about the painting you did of Johnny Cash?
Could you, would you mind?
Is it somewhere?
I don't think I've taken it down. You know which one it is, right? The kind of blue and yellow?
Let's see. Oh.
Was that the first time that I think,
That I saw.
yeah, that you sewed a piece of paper, right?
Yeah, it was kind of a clumsy.
I loved it. No, I loved it. I thought it was perfect.
So I'm gonna put it on screen. Let me here. Let's see. 1 minute. So, there it is. And it was like a paper,
Yeah.
and we saw
Sewed. Yeah.
another piece of paper. So
There we go.
Hannah said Agnes from AC/DC have great expressions when playing guitar.
Oh, he's awesome, yeah. Martina, my brother-in-law, is a huge fan.
Marcelo Peralta said forget all of my previous suggestions. Iggy Pop.
Yeah, I've wanted to. Iggy is like such a... But Phil Hale, Marcelo. Phil Hale is meant to paint Iggy. I think that's the painter for Iggy. It was like Egon Schiele, I feel, and Phil Hale, and maybe Ashley.
Gaby dice, ¿y un cantante muy moderno bien Gen Z no le gustaría?
Yo sé que Gaby hizo a René el otro día con su...
¿René?
Sí, cuando sacó a Residente,
Ah.
cuando sacó esa canción. Yo ni la he oído, la canción de Business, de Balvin.
Ah, yo tampoco he oído, pero
No,
sé que hay polémica por ahí.
sí,
No
yo no
me,
sé.
no me ha interesado, mira.
No, yo quiero es que ¿tú sabes lo que yo pienso hay veces? Que ese, como cuando uno llega hasta ese punto, es como si hubiera amor. O sea, es como si hubiera
De
como...
tanto odio y
Sí,
amor.
es como, no lo puedo sacar de mi cabeza, le voy a hacer una canción.
Es que yo
Es
no
como,
sabía que se odiaban.
ya dense un beso. O sea,
No.
ya. No,
Mm,
hay veces pienso que muchas veces nosotros hemos hablado que cuando uno está bien con una persona, uno no piensa ni bien ni mal. O sea, uno cuando no le importa a una persona o ya la superó o ya no tiene una relación, es como que se le puede meter a la cabeza, pero no despierta ningún sentimiento, ni bueno ni malo. O sea, no es como ni lo amo y ni lo odio. Y yo creo que el hecho de que ocupen ese de lo amo o lo odio con tanto fervor, el hecho de que ocupen tanto espacio en la cabeza de uno, es como, no, pues ya. O sea,
Pues entiendo lo que dices. No he visto la polémica, entonces no, como que no quiero decir por ahora. Mm,
yo pienso que
no sé.
sería chévere que se dieran un abrazo y en una playa
Mm,
y estén juntos.
eh, Gaby dice, si esa pelea terminara en beso, yo estaría muy feliz. Dato
Sí.
inútil del día, mi pelea de gallos favorita es la de Arcano y Blon porque terminaron besándose. Yo no tengo ni... ¿Quién es Arcano y Blon?
Sí, yo tampoco, Gaby.
Ay, no, yo nunca sé nada de...
Y a eso se le dice pelea de gallos, Gaby. Yo o sea, estoy como, haga de cuenta, Gaby, que estuve 40 años debajo de una piedra y me acabo de despertar.
¿Quién es Arcano y Blons?
No sé, pero sí, no, yo ahí no te puedo ayudar, Lindita.
Eh, solo veo... Busqué Arcano y Blons y veo
Yo ni, si-
fotos dándose el beso, pero no sé.
yo ni siquiera lo sabría escribir.
Dice Arkano y
Sí,
Blon B larga Lon.
y supongo que son reggaetoneros, ¿o no?
No tengo ni idea.
¿O youtubers?
No tengo ni idea. Eh, Ricardo dice, píntala a la Rosalía o a Arca. Yo no sé quién es Arca.
Arca también, que estamos, o
Yo
sea,
sé quién es Rosalía.
sí, yo también.
¿Arca?
¿Española también?
Dice que es una... Dice Venezuelan
No,
musician.
estoy grave.
Alejandra Gersi Rodríguez.
No, estoy muy mal.
Creo que nunca he oído nada de ella. No, ni idea.
¿Y es chévere Arca? ¿Qué nos recomiendan de Arca?
Eh... Gaby dice, siento que yo confundo mucho a Dani, jaja, perdón. A veces siento
No,
que soy un bicho raro para ustedes, jaja, pelea de gallos
que
igual pelea de rap. ¿Qué? No, Gaby, lo que pasa es que
no.
si tú pregúntale a Nicolás, a mí me hablan de cualquier película, no entiendo las referencias porque he visto muy poco, o sea, no muy pocas películas,
Sí,
pero muchas de las películas que todo el mundo ha visto, yo no las he visto. Si hacen referencia como de algo, como de farándula, también estoy como perdida. O sea,
mm,
créeme que no tiene que ver nada contigo, es más como que a veces Nicolás y yo no tenemos ni idea de las cosas actuales, pero por eso nos parece también súper chévere como poder hablar de todo en los en vivos, como para saber quiénes son.
sí. Y yo creo que las peleas de rap que vi fueron porque pasaba por ahí por el Parque Nacional.
Ujú. Y estaban improvisando.
Y estaban ahí en una pelea. Entonces me quedaba a oír la pelea y después pues
Pero pelea
decía,
de rap es
"Wow,
como
wow".
improvisar, pues.
Sí.
Ok.
Y era ¡guau! Y después me iba. Y ya.
Y Gaby
Entonces, creo que Gaby es muy fan de peleas de rap.
dice, Arcanos y Blon son dos raperos españoles.
¿Ya?
Sin idea. ¿Y cuándo pelearon? Pues para buscar.
Que fue todo lo que se dijeron.
Gaby dice, voy a comenzar a hacer un notidrama semanal por si quieren entrar en las tonteras. Ay, sí, así está uno al día. Yo me leo uno. Si de pronto Gaby sube como historias o algo, se puede uno enterar del
Yo iba a decir,
del
le iba a
mundo
decir
de
a
la
Gaby,
luna.
pero si hay tanto drama como para un coso semanal y, o sea, el radar de drama de Gaby creo que es muy agudo.
Ricardo dice, Arca tiene buenas canciones. Prada Rakata es una buena canción. Sus canciones son una fusión de estilos muy buena. Algo que nadie más está haciendo con la música latina.
Toca escuchar,
Vea, pues,
tarea tenemos para mañana.
supongo que es algo como reggaetón porque, bueno, no sé, estoy suponiendo mal, pero es que Rakata era una canción muy famosa de reggaetón. Muy vieja. Sergi dice, hola, ¿cómo están? Hola, Sergi.
Sergio yo Rakata y dijo, aquí estoy.
Y Iván dice, Gaby, es que ambos son boomers. Nicolás por obviedad y Dani de forma honoraria. De pronto yo soy hasta más boomer que tú.
Yo,
Tú estás más al día de las... Tú me contaste que Gracie estaba embarazada.
Gracie, Dios la bendiga.
Es que tú estás al día con todo.
No. Yo paso caminando. Yo
No,
soy
yo
el
sí
señor
no.
que pasa caminando en la calle y frena un poquito, entonces se va enterando,
Ay, tú eres
pero
el que se hace que está comprando algo con tal de oír
sí,
qué es lo que está pasando.
pero
Sí.
de resto no,
Te
no.
compras una docena de
Una
buñuelos
de
ahí para escuchar toda la pelea. Bueno,
no.
buñuelos no, porque buñuelos
Me
no te
costó
gustan.
una docena de buñuelos la pelea, no, ¿qué es esto?
Claro.
No, tampoco.
Mm, Gaby dice, jajaja, Nicolás, evidentemente sí, hay siempre drama, es todo un estilo de vida. Em, Sergi dice, yes, Arca es genial. Eh, Liet said, Danny, sorry for the repost, but just in case you missed it, good news, 28 is 20 forever.com is available.
No, I have three. I have one good name, which is obviously Lasagna Cadaver, and two dumb ones.
But
So
I don't have a dumb one. So,
I know, but then that's all you. I mean,
so
yeah.
no, I was joking.
Next one, you should buy it like without asking me, without telling me,
No, because we could
and then
do...
just tell me. I need to go into the page so that we could link it.
No, I would like just to see the hashtag. With that, I'm happy. Gabriel Pozo dice, ya le veo la cara a Samu. Y dice, Arca hace cosas preciosas, pero cuesta darle tiempo.
Complicado.
Ayub El Gayal
Mm-hmm.
said, whenever I paint, I get stuck on the base color of the skin and come out with a monochrome portrait. What's your advice?
Well, always keep modeling form because look what I'm interpreting as skin here. So it's as long as you keep building and building and building and modeling, you're good. You're going to be fine. So don't just move paint around. Just apply it every single time. Make decisions and apply them, and make them be like single decisions. Don't let your brush just move around, like dance around with no apparent objective.
Jesús de la Osa dice, jajaja, la noticia de Gracie. Yo también me enteré cuando Nicolás lo dijo en un directo.
¿Y será que sí o estoy mal? No,
Ah,
sí,
no,
estaba
porque yo después
embarazada.
busqué, sí, ya
Sí,
está
obvio, sí.
súper embarazada, iba a decir.
Súper embarazada,
Pues ya
no.
se le
Dani,
nota el
uno creo que está
embarazo.
embarazado o no.
Ya
Uno
se
no
le
está...
nota el embarazo. Gaby dice, Dani Arcano era el mejor rapero de improvisación por allá en 2016 en España. Entonces asumo que esa pelea fue por allá. Pero si quieres ver peleas, Loquillo acaba de entrar a la FMS Colombia.
Gaby, ahora en español.
Sí,
Eso que acaba de decir, gracias.
¿qué es FM? ¿Peleas Loquillo? Espera, ¿qué?
Fondo Monetario de Suba.
A ver, FMS Colombia
Fondo
es
Monetario
la
de
liga
Suba.
profesional de freestyle del país.
Y el Fondo Monetario de Suba no puede
Es la
colaborar.
sede de esta primera jornada histórica de los 12 mejores MCs del país,
Ajá.
que se enfrentan durante 9 jornadas en las cuales suman puntos en una tabla de calificación.
¿Y quién califica, Gaby? ¿Hay jurados? ¿Es así
Pero,
de sencillo y ya?
¿y quién entró? ¿No?
Chiqui.
Porque dice,
Chiqui o Morty o algo así, dijo Gaby.
Loquillo.
Loquillo,
¿Es un rapero?
supongo.
No sé si estamos diciendo barbaridades nosotros acá, Nicolás, y todo
No,
el
pues
mundo se
sí.
nos está
Piensen,
burlando.
sí, piensen que están hablando con la abuela que le acaban de regalar un celular.
Mi hijo.
Sí.
A
L-
ver, Loquillo. Comediante,
No me jodas, estoy grave.
dice acá. Jedinson Ned Flores Duarte, más
Ujú.
conocido como Loquillo, es un comediante colombiano reconocido por su participación en el programa Sábados Felices
Uy, no.
y por ser del elenco de La Luciérnaga.
No, Luciérnaga
Eh,
no escucho hace mucho tiempo.
Incursionó en el cine protagonizando la película Mi Otra Yo.
No sé cuál es esa
No, ni
película.
idea. Eh,
Bueno, si Gaby lo conoce por la Luciérnaga, ella es más boomer que yo
Gaby
entonces.
dice, asumí que maybe sabían quién es Loquillo, es el de Sábados Felices, jajaja.
Mm,
No,
No,
nosotros dices que un rapero,
no, y a
Nicolás,
mí me
qué
dicen el de Sábados
vergüenza.
Felices y yo
El
digo
cuentahuesos.
que sí, el cuentahuesos.
Hasta ahí me vi yo.
Yo también. Qué pena.
Mi prima dice, yo tampoco sé quiénes son Arcano y Blon, jajaja.
Uy,
Nos toca
bueno.
buscar.
Bueno,
Sí.
o sea, me siento ahí respaldado por Cacaíto Contreras.
Eh, Andrés Gómez dice, Loquillo. ¿Qué, Andrés? No sé si
Sí,
nos
gracias,
está
Andrés.
diciendo. Sí.
Gracias. Súper aporte.
Sí. ¿Quién es Loquillo?
Loquillo.
Sí. Em, Ben Gurley said, Arca was born Alejandro Gersi. He/she is a musician based in Barcelona. Ah, Sergi Arts dice, ¿vieron ya la nueva de Batman? La he visto 2 veces desde que se estrenó el viernes. Jaja, me ha
Uy,
gustado mucho.
a nosotros
Sí, ya la vimos.
sí, nos la vimos el sábado.
Sí, me impresionó que no se sintió tan larga.
A
Eso
mí
habíamos
para
hablado.
nada, cero. Cero.
Cero larga, sí.
Sí, o sea, yo sentí Eternals más larga, por ejemplo. En Eternals me sentía como, uy, había momentos donde yo era como, uy, pucha, esto está como fangoso. En la de Batman yo le decía a Dani que es como si o sea, todas las secuencias, en todas las secuencias hay una acción, como que todas tienen propósito, no es como una cosa de Scorsese así como súper artística que uno dice, ay Dios, estamos viendo una gota caer desde este libro, o sea, unas vainas que uno dice, bueno, pues chévere, pero a ver. Eh, pero todas las secuencias tenían como un objetivo y una acción.
Ujú.
Lo que pasa es que la velocidad, los tiempos de esa acción eran súper lentos.
Sí, sí, sí.
Súper, súper
Como
lentos.
dilatados, tiempos
Sí,
dilatados de cada acción. Sí,
pero
te
igual era
entiendo,
tan bonito,
100%.
la cinematografía es tan bonita que uno se queda mirando, o sea, yo me quedaba mirando todos los tiempos
Sí, sí, sí.
de todo lo
Como
que
que no
estaba
lo
pasando.
pierden a uno, que creo que eso es súper importante cuando una
Sí,
película es tan larga. Que a
sí.
veces uno es, uy, o
Pero
sea,
que la haya sentido como Endgame o como
no,
Señor de los Anillos, las extendidas o algo así, súper como
no, para
exagerado,
nada,
no.
para nada. Incluso se me hizo o sea, sabía que era larga porque tú me habías dicho,
Mm.
pero cuando se acabó yo dije, ¿ya? O
Sí,
sea, se me pasó a buen tiempo.
pero a mí me gustó mucho. Creo que me la tengo que volver a ver para
Sí,
ver dónde la pongo. O sea, es que para mí todas las pelis de Batman como que tuvieron un tiempo en mi vida. Incluso yo me vi de adolescente en cine las de Tim Burton. Después me vi todas las de Schumacher. Me las vi también en cine, desafortunadamente. Pero también yo pensaba que esas eran como kitsch. O sea, yo decía, yo que había sido súper fan porque crecí viendo en televisión colombiana la serie de Batman de los 60s, pues para mí no era tan raro ver como cosas tan exageradas, como tan caricaturescas, porque para mí eso era el Batman también, así hubiera pasado
el
por...
Batman.
Pues la idea de Batman también significaba eso, así hubiera pasado por Tim Burton, que Tim Burton también es súper como caricatura, pero es distinto, como un tono distinto, pero obviamente después las de Christian Bale son muy chéveres, esa trilogía es muy chévere, pero no sé dónde acomodar, no sé dónde acomodar la peli.
Tenemos que verla otra
Tengo
vez.
dudas, sí, tengo dudas todavía, pero sé que me gustó, 100%, sé que me gustó.
Mi prima dice, Eternals es larguísima, de verdad.
Pero,
Sí,
pero es menos larga que Batman, pero se siente más
sí,
larga.
Eternals es
Ay,
eterna.
Dios mío, no.
Margo nos estaba corrigiendo, dice, creo que los boomers son hasta el 64, del 65 al 81 somos la generación X.
Mm,
Tú eres
no,
generación X.
¿Margo estaba diciendo?
Sí, sí, sí.
Sí, Margo, es que creo que
Estaba molestando a
cuando le
Iván.
dicen a alguien boomer es como viejo, decirle viejo.
Sí,
Pero lo que no saben es que a mí decirme viejo no me ofende.
no.
Entonces, para mí, o sea, la idea de viejo, ni joven es bruto, ni viejo es mamón. Entonces, yo he conocido viejos que son
Bueno,
súper chéveres.
abuelita, gracias.
Sí, sí,
Bueno,
así soy
tía.
yo, así soy yo, qué
No,
pena.
es molestando.
No, pero así soy yo.
No, pero te entiendo 100%. Eso
Sí,
no
no.
ofende.
A mí nunca me ha ofendido que digan que alguien es viejo.
Bueno, Andrés Gómez que había dicho loquillo,
Ajá.
dice, jajaja, eso fue hace rato.
¿Qué?
Loquillo, o sea que debió decir loquillo antes de que yo leyera el loquillo y se sintió
Ah,
como
ya, ya,
fuera de
ya,
lugar.
ya. Como mi mamá cuando chatea, que responde
Pues es que
a
además el
destiempo.
chat, o sea, yo tengo conversación y voy mirando el chat, entonces a veces veo a destiempo lo que escriben, pero
¿Listo?
intento no. Y estaba diciendo, Loquillo es comediante, pero también está dentro de la escena del rap. De hecho, es muy cercano a los alcolíricos.
Ah, pero yo he oído eso, sí. Eso sí lo he oído.
¿Eso?
Pues
Eso,
sí.
sí. Sazan said, Arca and Nicolás Uribe are two worlds colliding I'd never have expected to collide.
I
We
mean,
have to check Arca out.
yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Mm,
I could put like one headphone in my ear and just listen to it. Listen to. What's the one song? Si nos recomiendan una de Arca, como,
yeah,
es.
if we could only give one chance to
Sí.
Arca, what's the best song that we could listen to? Iván dice, no, Boomer también es el que está poco enterado de la movida de internet, el anti-trend.
No, esto ya es. Pero ser antitrend es bien. Yo siempre.
¿Anti-trend?
Antitrend Valencia. Ser antitrend es bien, yo creo.
Anti-trend.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Sí,
Hoy están
estaba
jugando, hoy van a
molestando.
jugar.
¿Qué?
La vuelta contra el Inter.
Porque hiciste,
No sé, ¿sonó así?
sí, la vuelta.
No, a las 3 juegan.
Eh,
Pero yo creo que ese partido lo tienen bien.
A las 3. Ah, pero
Yo creo que estábamos bien. Yo no estoy tan preocupado. O sea, no lo digo así súper nervioso, pero creo que están bien. Vamos a ver.
Starting 11.
No, juega Luchito, 100%.
Sí, pero quiero mirar. No, Liverpool. Twitter. Oye, hablando de Boomer, tú te me burlaste en estos días porque yo dije que alguien había posteado un Twitter de...
Un Twitter y yo, no, linda, un tweet.
Yo siempre dije un Twitter a mí porque nadie me corrigió nunca.
No,
Yo decía, ay, postearon un Twitter de la noticia, ¿sí bien?
sí.
Sí, tú me hiciste una cara terrible.
No, no, tampoco.
Fue como de decepción, me miraste como, es un tweet. Y yo,
Pues es que, o sea, nosotros tenemos una diferencia de edad y yo siempre recaigo en ti para qué es lo que está pasando en el mundo. O sea, Dani, cuéntame qué es lo que está
no, pero
haciendo
si recaes en mí, ¿para qué está
tu
pasando en
generación.
el
No,
mundo?
pues sí, estamos cagados.
Sí.
Sí.
No va a jugar Luchito de titular.
¿No?
No. Van
Jota y...
Allison, Alexander Arnold,
sí,
Matip, Van Dijk,
sí.
Robertson, Thiago, Fabinho, Jones y va
What?
Mané, Jota y Salah.
Ah, bueno, Jones ahí es extraño.
Mm.
Bueno, está bien, está bien.
Sí, está ahí en los
Sí.
subs.
No, muy bien, muy bien. Me da como cosa Jones ahí, pero bueno.
Eh, Hannah said, I think it should be illegal to talk about Liverpool in Spanish in my presence, guys. We
Yeah.
were talking about the starting 11.
No, starting
and
11. We were
Luchito
curious
is
if
not
if
there.
Lucho was going to be in the starting 11, but he's not. He's going with Jota and Curtis Jones, which is that's yeah, that's something. I like Curtis, but I know that he was upset because he wasn't starting, like he wasn't even in the subs for some games, and he was a little upset. But so maybe this is Klopp just saying, hey, this is going to be your chance to show us. So a little scary because Inter is still Inter. I mean,
Inter.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's still going to be tough. It's still going to be a tough game. It doesn't matter if
It's
they're two
still
down.
Inter.
Yeah.
Ricardo dice, Dani, te mandé una canción de Arca para que Nico la escuche en el Instagram. Ay, listo, ahorita al final la oímos.
Sí.
¿Te parece?
Sí.
Se me está enredando el pelo. Mario León dice, me da un poquito de pena admitir que sé de todo lo que hablan, desde las peleas de gallos de Loquillo hasta ver Batman de los 60 por televisión. Saludos. Pero yo creo que si yo tuviera una duda de algo actual,
Mario es
Mario.
una
Mario.
muy buena fuente.
Si a mí alguien me dice, no, tal cosa de K-pop,
no,
la primera
por
persona
Dios.
que yo pienso, Mario.
Pues sí, pero por Dios, ahí sí es como...
Pues pero K-pop es algo actual.
No, pero se lo dejaste re fácil. Esa estaba fácil. Esa está muy fácil.
Pero no, Mario sabe mucho de todo.
Pues es que su trabajo también es como... Mario es como, bueno, una campaña para la gente popular. O sea, él tiene que saber cómo piensa la gente.
¿Estás tratando de excusar por qué Mario sabe todo eso?
No. Yo el conocimiento de Mario nunca
es
lo
porque
he
le
puesto, sino que de pronto la personalidad cuadra con su trabajo. Por eso es perfecto para su trabajo. Por eso es tan buen profesional.
Sazan said, Arca cannot be understood through one song. She literally released 5 albums in one day. Haha.
What?
Or 100 versions of one song.
Oh, so this is... Okay. This is art, then.
Oh, maybe that's why. I don't remember who, but someone was saying that you need time to enjoy Arca or something like that. Do you remember?
Okay, so I got to ask if anyone here listened to the 100 versions of one song. Because that's a big ask for me, I would say. Because I had to ask Mario what the difference was in Taylor Swift's re-release of the song.
No, but you knew.
I didn't know what the difference was. I didn't know if it was any different.
Well, but
it had new lyrics, or
there
if it was
some evident differences.
I didn't
the one
hear them.
No, because the one that I showed you that was 10 minutes long.
Yeah, but what is that? Like the tempo is different?
No, it's a 10-minute version of the short version.
Because it's a song it's a song that's the background for like a short film. Oh my god.
No,
A video.
But the song by itself is amazing. The 10 minutes. That's the one I use when I take a shower.
All the time? Every shower?
Yeah, because I know I have to finish
In 10 minutes? That's your 10-minute...
before it ends. So I just start the song and I know like the tempo of the song. So I know how long I've been in the shower.
It's like in this verse, it's shampoo time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like if we're hitting this part of the lyrics, I'm late. So hurry up.
If I'm soaping my thigh in this part, I'm going to be wasting water.
You know I'm like that. So.
Yeah.
Gaby dice, ofendida de que tuvieras que preguntar sobre Taylor, Nicolás. Sí, pero de Taylor yo te puedo solucionar más cosas. No como Mario, no como Mario, pero, nunca. Perdón, no, o sea, Mario... Mario es la fuente de sabiduría de todo lo que uno quiera saber de Taylor Swift.
Sí, perdón. O sea...
Pero a mí me gusta Taylor Swift.
Sí, pero yo prefiero ir a la fuente. Si tengo la fuente...
Ricardo dice, Arca is art, she's the best, and yes, I've heard all her albums. They're all great. Arca explores a lot through her music and the sounds she produces. We have to check it out. Andrés Gómez dice, esa pintura se va viendo impresionante, me recuerda mucho a Vuillard.
Oh.
Vuillard.
Sí, no, Vuillard.
Vuillard.
No.
Vuillard.
Vuillard.
Without the D. Yeah, I remember they told you that.
That's Vincent's only French lesson.
Vincent told you.
Yeah.
Vuillard.
Well, told you, because I think I was saying it right.
No. Of course you weren't. And I'm always saying everything wrong, so I don't mind that. Ay, sí, no había visto. Jesús de la Osa nos había dicho antes de que chequeáramos. Dijo sí y no a Luchito de titular.
Bueno, gracias.
No vi. Alejandro Morales dice, Nicolás, ¿podría suponer que la paleta de hoy es de un valor 7?
Sí, ese creo que fue el valor que dije como a grandes rasgos al comienzo, Alejandro. Al comienzo dije como está cercano a ser como un valor 7.
Jose Fail said, have you seen the show Gotham on Netflix?
I started watching it and it lost me. Yeah, I can't say I was a fan of that show. I didn't like it. I don't know if I didn't like the acting, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I didn't like it. It didn't connect with me, so sadly.
Gaby dice, no sé quién es Mario, pero me cae muy bien. Mario, yo creo que
Gaby ha visto a Mario.
No, y yo diría que es difícil que Mario no caiga bien.
A mi mamá le cae mal.
¿Qué dices? Ni lo conoce. No, Mario es una persona muy chévere, la verdad.
Sí.
A nosotros nos cae muy bien Mario. Tiene que volver Mario acá.
Sí, esta es su casa siempre.
Sí, pero de pronto Gaby lo ha visto. Mario,
yo creo en alguna cosa de blanco, algo
Mario,
así.
Sí, porque Mario tomó algunos cursos en Blanca. Ahí fue que...
Ahí nos conocimos.
Sí. Cody Winnicky said, one time I listened to an hour of the Adventure Time Bacon Pancakes remix. Haha, it's catchy while you're cleaning. What's that? Bacon Pancakes remix?
Of Adventure Time?
The Adventure.
Let me see. What is that one?
Oh, I know. The one that Jake's cooking?
Yeah. But the thing is...
I think about it in Spanish.
In Spanish, yeah. I was going to say, do you think of Adventure Time in Spanish or in English? I think of it in Spanish too.
Yeah. I have to say that I don't know why, but I remember I was doing an essay and I was using YouTube for like music.
Yeah.
And I put something in loop.
Yeah.
Like those that are like an hour version of blah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And I remember I was typing the essay, so I wasn't minding the music, but I was like kind of frantic typing. And then I realized I had the annoying the neon cat.
Oh my God, it was for
It was starting, yeah, like
yeah.
really terrible, and I was listening like 10 minutes of that.
Oh,
And
so
I
you were
realized I was like, what? No, because I went for another thing in loop, but I think maybe YouTube, because sometimes it suggests like a next video for you,
yeah, and
and
you
maybe
probably had
they
it
said
like
like, oh,
autoplay.
an 1 hour version of Neon Cat or
But
Nyan
you know
Cat.
what's good about that is that you were so into what you were writing that you didn't notice it until later.
Yeah, well, but I was kind of having a stroke when I was typing
That
and
explains a lot.
listening to that, because it's kind of hard to concentrate with that.
Yeah, I think Samu could hear probably 4 days of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tani was asking, what subject are you painting today?
So, a very invisible Samu
No,
sleeping.
but I can see him. Like, I can see the pillow.
I can
see him.
kind of see him, but yeah, but woof, these are tough painting. I mean, they're a ball to do, but they are weird ass paintings, I have to say. It's like your mind has to start thinking differently.
Ayub El Gayal said, what about the mixing palette? How do you maintain a clean palette when mixing?
So, because I pre-mixed, and essentially these are not weird colors in the sense that they're not dyes or they're not super transparent, or because sometimes you get certain colors that are I don't know exactly what it is, but you know, maybe they can be the same value, but as soon as you mix it with another color that's different in nature, it can turn darker. These shouldn't be going through that. These should be, you know, if these are my three sources, they should maintain their value. So that's what I'm kind of relying on.
Bashria said, ha ha ha, Neon Cat. There should be a 10-hour version of Danny's little Neon Cat hum right there. Gaby dice, yo hace poquito descubrí que con la música de Mario Bros en repeat trabajo re bien, jaja. Puedo sentarme horas a trabajar con eso de fondo. 10 de 10.
Cualquiera, o sea, o mundo 1-1. O sea, cualquier Mario Bros. O sea, cualquiera de cualquier
capítulo,
juego.
¿dices?
De cualquier juego, de cualquier
capítulo,
mundo.
¿no? Cualquier mundo. Cualquier capítulo.
Sí, ese
Habló
capítulo.
la tía otra vez, sí.
Sí.
¿Qué capítulo del juego
Ay, ese
va,
Mario
papito?
Bros.
Liet said, what I love about these paintings is how they vibrate and how you see it and don't at the same time.
Yeah, it makes there is something beautiful about this extra effort that has to be part of the viewing experience. I've always been fascinated by that. It's not like it only opens up to whomever wants to kind of have that experience, but it doesn't it doesn't share it super easily with anyone. So it's very cool.
Ayub El Gayal said, thank you so much for the advice. I love when you specify the single decisions notion. Tani said, what kind of color palette do you use? The colors remind me of a Zorn palette.
Yeah, so you're perfectly right. It's Zorn palette, but taking our hues, our available hues, and putting them all into, I'm going to say value 7. Now that Alejandro kind of confirmed that, you know, not confirmed as if he checked, but that, you know, he also thought that they were value 7. I thought initially when I described them as a value 7 at the beginning of the video. So I'm going to say, yeah, they feel like a value 7. So it was just about bringing all these hues to value 7 with the aid of titanium white. So, but yes, very much at its core a Zorn color palette.
Ahorita que Gaby estaba diciendo con la música que mejor trabaja.
Sí.
¿Tú qué es con lo que mejor trabajas? O sea, que
Como...
digas, si solo tienes que escoger, Si solo tienes que escoger una canción o un podcast, o sea, no una canción.
No, con gente hablando. Y
¿Gente
que,
hablando?
sí, gente hablando y que yo pueda estar como activamente escuchando lo que están, o sea, no que estén hablando como si alguien estuviera en la mesa de al lado hablando mientras uno pinta,
Ujú.
que uno escucha a alguien, pero
sea, ¿yo?
realmente no está escuchando.
Yo estoy en la mesa al
No.
lado mientras tú pintas.
No,
pero
como si uno
bueno.
estuviera en un restaurante
Sí.
o en un bar y
O
hay
sea,
alguien
sí,
al
no
lado
como ruido de
y uno
fondo,
oye
sino como algo que te enganche.
Exacto, si estoy escuchando, como que pintar se me vuelve como un acto así súper inconsciente,
Y
como una
fluye
cosa,
más, sí.
y me encanta porque no estoy como, o sea, estoy recayendo como en lo que ya sé de pintar y en lo que conozco de, o sea, al principio reconozco que tiene que ser el objetivo de la pintura, entonces ya
Sí.
con eso tengo,
Ujú.
y entonces ya el resto es como, bueno, a trabajar
Sí.
y como que no sé, es como si uno lo pusiera en un segundo plano, pero no es un segundo plano como piloto automático,
Ujú.
sino que está, está ahí, como
Sí.
que está vivo todo el tiempo, pero mi cerebro está como diciendo, ay, esto es lo que están diciendo de este nuevo videojuego. O sea,
Es que a mí me pasa lo mismo, porque yo antes ponía como, yo te he contado, como series
sí,
de como no-brainers,
sí,
como que pueda poner y no les tengo que poner atención porque es cualquier cosa,
sí,
pero a veces igual volteaba y miraba, pero con podcast, a mí, pues yo digamos escucho las de True Crime,
sí,
como podcast de True Crime, y yo siento, ahorita que tú estabas diciendo eso, yo creo que a mí me pasa lo mismo y es como que cuando estoy oyendo algo a lo que le estoy poniendo atención, es como que me estoy concentrando en el audio y eso me ayuda a concentrarme en todo lo que estoy haciendo.
sí, es
Entonces,
bien curioso
como
eso.
que, no sé cómo decir, pero como que tengo mis
Dilo.
sentidos como súper afinados. Entonces, estoy escuchando y estoy siguiendo la narrativa, pero creo que eso me ayuda de alguna manera como a concentrarme aún más
Sí,
con
es
lo que estoy
curiosísimo.
pintando. Es como que también me agudiza mis sentidos a la hora de pintar o dibujar o tallar o lo que sea.
Que no me pasa con música a mí.
A mí con música sí, a veces lo que pasa es que si empiezo a cantar,
Mm.
a veces me quedo cantando y ya.
Sí, sí. O a mí, por ejemplo, el tempo de la música me afecta al resto. Si, por ejemplo, voy a hacer una pincela, estoy como, ay, tengo que atinarle a este pedacito del ojo. Y está una canción que me está, como que le está diciendo al cuerpo que vaya a otra velocidad.
Sí.
No, eso me mata. Eso a veces me mata.
No, a mí a veces lo que me pasa es que tú sabes que yo eh, como que tengo muchos sentimientos cuando escucho música.
Mm.
Entonces a veces si llego al coro de una canción que me encanta, es como que mi cuerpo tiene que cerrar los ojos y cantar.
No, pero sí.
Entonces dejo de trabajar. Sí,
¿Que por qué pintas lento, Dani?
sí. Por eso, la verdad. Yo creo
Cállese,
que
no me
sí.
interrumpa que estoy cantando.
Yo creo que sí, por eso no podría pintar acá en vivo. Estaría ahí todo el tiempo con los ojos cerrados,
Así no.
cantando. Pero sí. No, y me di cuenta que, digamos, videos de YouTube no puedo ver.
No, yo nada
¿Tallando?
visual.
No, qué peligro. Yo por eso dije, cuando me dijeron que James Gurney había subido el nuevo video, estoy tratando de acordarme el nombre del video.
¿De gouache?
Sí, del video de las cosas de gouache, como 10 tips para gouache, algo así.
Sí, sí, sí.
Cualquiera iba a
Cualquier
decir.
cosa iba a decir.
Sí,
Todo irrespetuoso.
sí, cualquier
Sí, cualquier
cosa,
cosa.
diga cualquier cosa. Sí, eso es lo de menos. Eh, em, cuando vi que lo había puesto, cuando me lo sugirieron, lo puse mientras estaba tallando y en un momento como que estaba tallando y él dijo como, sí, for example, como,
Ah, no,
como
uno
look
voltea a
at this.
mirar.
Y yo volteé y yo, uy,
Sí,
menos mal
no,
tenía guantes que
sí.
se me hubiera ido un dedo.
No, no. Era
Entonces,
como cuando yo trataba de ver Champions mientras pintaba. Y entonces yo decía, no, tengo que poner el televisor en otro cuarto, digamos.
sí,
Y solo pongo el volumen súper alto.
sí.
No, pues que con cada tiro de esquina iba
Estabas allá,
corriendo. Sí. No, no, no.
Pero a ti
Era...
no te ha pasado que uno se dice la mentira a uno y uno dice, no, voy a ponerlo acá, pero voy a estar concentrado.
Sí, toca.
Y cuando te das cuenta, llevas 45
Mm.
minutos con el pincel en la mano,
Sí.
mirando la pantalla sin hacer nada.
Con el culo apretado
No,
en
y a
una
mí-
jugada de gol.
Sí, a mí me
No,
pasa
es
eso.
terrible.
Cuando
No.
me estoy dando cuenta ya están diciendo que es medio tiempo y a mí se me secó todo el
Sí,
wash
sí.
y no empezaba a pintar.
Sí, uno
Sí,
era, ¿qué
fatal.
brochazo iba a dar? ¿Qué era lo que estaba haciendo?
Sí, sí, sí. Iván dice, yo no puedo escuchar música muchas veces porque me pongo a cantar. Hashtag Team Dani. Sí, sí es grave. Pero a veces me da, o sea,
Vómito.
no, ¿qué?
No sé,
A
me
veces cuando
mandé.
estoy muy como lenta trabajando, pongo música que sé que me va a poner como en un ritmo de trabajo. por un
Música
ratico.
de spinning de ciclovía.
Ah, digamos, para montar bicicleta estática tiene
Mm.
que ser con música. Me di
Sí.
cuenta. Porque la vez pasada puse un video y dije, no, pues pongo el celular ahí, voy mirando. Y cuando me di cuenta, yo iba así, o sea, una pedaleada cada 2 minutos.
Ibas
O sea, iba así.
familia
Sí.
mirando el paisaje.
Sí, llevaba 20 minutos y 1 kilómetro. O sea, fatal. En cambio, pongo música y como que trato de ir con el ritmo. Uy, me funciona bastante. Bastante. Iván dice, a lot of us paint while watching you guys. Y dice, yo me vi casi toda la serie de Lucifer mientras trabajaba y varias veces escribí más de una pendejadas. Ah, yo digamos, si es para escribir algo, no puedo. O sea, me acuerdo que había gente que era, no, tenemos que hacer un ensayo y mientras tanto me estoy viendo tal cosa. Yo no puedo.
Mm,
En esos casos no puedo. Y si es escribiendo, tampoco puedo oír música.
yo
Porque sí, o termino cantando o
depende.
termino escribiendo la canción.
Sí,
¿Tú depende?
sí, yo depende.
Gaby dice, como siempre trabajar con ustedes de fondo es una maravilla. Nos vemos luego. Besitos dramáticos. Ay, un abrazo, Gaby. Estamos
Muchas gracias,
pendientes
Gaby.
de entonces
Muchos-
de tus historias y tus
Sí.
posts para el drama.
Y de que me saque de este hueco de desinformación.
Mi prima dice, Dani, recomiéndame podcast de True Crime, porfi. Amo los documentales y series y quiero conocer podcast también. Pero si recomiendas alguno, lo busco para escucharlos, como el Tiny Desk de Mac Miller. Ay, porque mi prima me dijo que le encantó el Tiny Desk de
Ah,
Mac
sí,
Miller.
es que es muy
Es que es
bueno.
como el mejor, la verdad. Yo estoy biased, pero es el mejor.
Bastante.
¿Sabes cuál escucho yo siempre? Crime Junkies. A mí me gusta un montón y suben cada lunes. Y si tú te unes como a la comunidad de ellos, no tienes solo uno a la semana, sino 2. Y son súper chéveres. Pues a mí me enganchan un montón. A ver cuál más te recomiendo.
¿Y tú pagas para ese?
No, no he pagado.
¿No?
No he
¿Que tienen
pagado.
como un Patreon?
Tienen un Patreon, sí. No he pagado, pero pues lo que pasa es que, no, esto es una vergüenza. O sea, si uno mira el historial desde el primer capítulo que subieron
Ujú.
ellas, todos ya están chuleados. O sea, yo voy al día, entonces me va a tocar pagar. No me va a tocar, me gustaría pagar. Pues yo creo que mi prima ya se debió escuchar Serial.
Sí,
Y
son
Serial,
clásicos.
Temporada 1, si no te la has escuchado. Yo creo que ese fue como el que inició todo.
No, para
Los
ti.
podcasts de True Crime.
Ah.
No, en general, como en la historia de los podcasts.
Sí,
Creo que es el podcast de True Crime más importante.
sí.
Y tienen varias temporadas. Yo ahí me he escuchado varias temporadas. No siento que todas sean tan buenas como la primera, pero es que la primera fue una cosa muy chévere. También hay uno chévere que se llama In the Dark, que también tienen varias temporadas. Porque es que en Crime Junkies es un capítulo, cuentan un caso.
Ujú.
Pero digamos en Serial es toda una temporada de un solo caso. Entonces como que lo desglosan más y así también es el de In the Dark. Entonces por ahora, viendo acá por encimita, esos los recomiendo. Me cuentas luego, Cacaíto, si alguno de esos te gustó.
Yo no puedo.
Mi
Es
prima,
que oigo cacaíto.
mi prima dice, ¿los escuchas por Spotify, Dani? Sí, Serial fue excelente, Me vi después todos los documentales de esa historia. Sí, 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 una locura. Los escucho por Spotify, pero a veces con Crime Junkies en el 2020 se me trababan los podcasts. Entonces bajé una aplicación que se llama Pocket Casts, que si no estoy mal, a ver, espérame.
Ah, ahora no usas.
Algunos, pero algunos los escucho en Pocket Cast. Eh, a ver, espérate. Mm, no, sí, yo escucho Pocket Cast. Estoy buscando About. Eh, sí. Mm, bueno, no encontré, pero se llama Pocket Cast y es muy chévere. Y tienen muchísimos y no tiene como errores. Es que a veces no me cargaban los capítulos de Crime Junkies.
Mm.
Entonces bajé esa y se ve muy chévere. Ahí de pronto ven. No, se ve como la pantalla de inicio. Uno tiene como los cuadritos de cada podcast. Mira, no sé si todavía has visto.
Ah, chévere, sí.
Entonces es chévere y funciona súper bien. Y puede uno poner como varias en lista para ir escuchando. Puedes archivar algunas. Es chévere. Te lo recomiendo. Y si no, Spotify, que la verdad todos están ahí. Mm, eh, Javier Chacón dice, hola Nicolás y Daniela,
Hola.
primera vez que hago una pregunta y
Uy,
bueno,
por favor, que
quería
no sea la última.
sí, por favor. Dice, y quería saber si se te da trabajar de noche. Lo siento si ya te lo habían preguntado antes.
No, sin pedir disculpas, tranquilo. No, nunca me gustó. Nunca me gustó. Como que para mí la noche era para hacer cosas, o sea, si yo estaba trabajando en el trabajo que tenía antes de ilustrador, como que llegar de noche para mí es como, uy, por ejemplo, si estuviera trabajando es llegar otra vez a ver a Dani y que si queríamos comer algo, ver algo o
Mm.
salir o como que para mí eso es intocable en ese sentido. Decir, ya culminó el proceso de pintar y como yo asociaba o siempre asocié el proceso de pintar al día, porque yo veía luz natural afuera de la ventana y decía, ya toca levantarse a pintar. Entonces siempre lo asocié como el horario de trabajar tiene que ver como con el sol, la luz disponible, pues. Y cuando se iba esa luz yo ya decía, ya acabé. Entonces fueron muy poquitos los casos donde me tenía que empujar para decir, ay, tengo que entregar esta pintura o estoy colgado con algo, tengo que utilizar esta noche para hacer tal cosa. No quiere decir que nunca trabajé de noche. Incluso ahorita me estoy acordando que cuando hice los fondos para una animación, mmm, los tuve que hacer de noche, porque eso era época donde estaba pintando y estaba trabajando como profesor, entonces tenía que llegar por las noches a trabajar en eso. No tenía otro tiempo de hacer ese trabajo. Pero si es mi decisión, no me gusta. O sea, se me hace más chévere de noche ver una peli o ponerme a jugar un videojuego o
Sí,
algo así, como sentir que ya mi día es de otra cosa.
sí, sí, sí.
Pero de noche no me gusta. Incluso no me gusta como bueno, ahorita con luz artificial, pero digamos que esta luz es más como una necesidad que nos dimos cuenta que teníamos
Como para poder
que
controlar un
cumplir,
poquito más
sí,
la imagen
sí,
en los videos, pero
por los videos, pero si fuera decisión mía, no, estaríamos con una ventana
abierta, sí.
abierta y yo veo mejor lo que estoy pintando, aunque la cámara o sea peor para la cámara. Pero a mí siempre me ha gustado la luz natural. Entonces, como que mi horario de trabajo giró siempre alrededor de eso.
Cosette Paz dice, me encanta ver cómo pinta, señor, excelente. Los estoy viendo desde Columbus, Ohio. Muchas gracias, Cosette.
Cosette, nombre de Los Miserables, espectacular ese nombre.
Iván nos dice, es que no sé si sepan, pero también soy escritor. Tengo 6 novelas publicadas y este año en Filbo se lanza la 7ª.
Wow, qué chévere,
yo no
Iván.
sabía, Iván.
Yo creo que, no, yo creo que Iván me había contado o había comentado alguna vez, pero
Yo
qué
no
chévere.
sabía.
¿Cómo se llaman las anteriores y cómo se llama la nueva? Y si son todas en un universo, están conectadas, Iván.
Y Jose Fails was saying, I'm an emerging writing. Great to see someone else painting and writing. And then Jose said, emerging writer. Perfect time for a typo.
Oh, yeah, great.
Jose Fails was saying, I've been doing a meditation podcast with Russell Brand called Above the Noise.
Okay.
My sister does one.
Oh, cool.
The one, like the Headspace. They have like a super short. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My podcast just played. They have like a daily, like 3-minute meditation podcast.
Okay.
It's called Radio Headspace.
Okay.
It's cool. So I just remember that she told me because I've had it on my podcast list, but I'm not gonna say I listen to it a lot, but she does like daily. So I just remember. Gabriel Pozo dice. Bueno, espera.
Aquí estoy esperando.
Cosette Paz dice, gracias a ustedes, sí, Los Miserables, me encanta cuando alguien sabe de mi nombre.
Sí, es lindísimo.
Gabriel Pozo dice, ahora sí, Nico, me han invitado a exponer el mes que viene y el proceso ha sido interesante. Estoy entre, esta es mi mejor pintura y me puede ir re mal. LOL. ¿Te ha pasado?
Creo que ese es como el estado de siempre. Sí. Ese es el estado natural
que ese es estado siempre.
De todo artista, sí.
Yo dudo siempre de lo mío.
Sí,
es como...
sí. Por más de que uno esté súper convencido, siempre lo asalta a uno como esa duda existencial de, no, esto es mentira, me va a ir
y yo
horrible.
Siempre veo esto, o sea, yo veo lo que hago y es como, hasta se ve súper. Y después digo, ¿o será que estoy diciéndomelo a mí misma y la verdad se ve hediondo?
Sí, uno
Pero no sé si hediondo sea...
Sí, hediondo es una palabra
fea.
Re vieja. Pues es fea porque es a lo que suena, es como diarrea, pero es.
Pero sí, o sea, yo a veces digo, ¿será que es lo mejor que he hecho? ¿O será que ya estoy tan ciega como con mi trabajo que esto es lo peor que he hecho? Pero muy chistoso.
Sí.
Creo que eso le pasa a todo el mundo.
Y mucha suerte, Gabriel. Seguro le va a ir bien. Gabriel está pintando muy chévere.
Iván dice, son 2 sagas publicadas.
Qué chévere.
La primera, Psyche, de 3 partes.
¿Cómo se escribe?
Psyque. De 3 partes, que es una serie de ciencia ficción y horror. Y la segunda, La Biblioteca de Artilugios, que es de aventuras y para todas las edades.
¡Ay, qué chévere!
Y chévere el nombre, me gusta. La Biblioteca de Artilugios. Está chévere.
Qué chévere, qué chévere. Y esos se pueden... ¿Toca comprarlos con usted?
Mira, acá dijo.
Perdón.
Están en busca libre, Amazon, Google, Audible, etc. Al igual que en todas las librerías físicas grandes, Panamericana, Nacional, Lerner.
Qué chévere. Bueno.
Muy chévere, Iván.
Iván, mándeme la lista ahí completa para buscarlos,
mirar,
por favor. Sí.
Claro. Iván, ¿y la nueva cuál es? La nueva hace parte como de la... O sea, ¿es la tercera parte, digamos, de la ciencia ficción de la primera que nos decía? ¿O es una completamente nueva? ¿O es que...? Quiero saber.
Ok,
a ver.
Salió regañado, Iván.
And... wait.
I'm waiting.
And I was curious, do you always listen to the same podcast?
I
Or do
think
you have like
No, I
like
have
your
like
safe podcast?
oh no. I mean I follow stuff that's like daily stuff,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't have to wait a lot, and others are weekly. So yeah, between soccer and football and video games, I'm good, I feel. It's like my brain can pay attention and have fun and uh not really it's not as if I was thinking, "Oh, I want to understand Schopenhauer a little bit better." And I put like philosophy podcast or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then my brain is like, "Okay, if I need to understand this, I have to pay attention." Like I want stuff that I can pay attention but not really.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I don't know. It's as if you were watching the news at a doctor's office, like while waiting for your appointment. Like it's a thing that is there, and you kind of hear everything
Yeah.
that's going on the TV, but you know your brain can be somewhere else. So I think that's my sweet spot.
Yeah, I would say that mine is more like something that can create like a path that my brain is going through. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Mm.
for example, with the true crime ones,
Yeah.
they're like telling stories and
Yeah.
giving details, so you're like intrigued, and they like keep you attached to what you're listening to, so you're
Mhm.
like going and going and going, like they are jalándote,
Like pulling you
like
all the time.
pulling you, yeah, through a path, like from the beginning to the end. So it's more active, but I get what you're saying. But for example, the one of learning things,
Mm-hmm.
you also showed me the hidden brain one.
Yeah, that one's
Which
kind
is
of cool.
cool.
Those are interesting ones. I have to say I stopped listening because I was listening for years to NPR.
Yeah, This American Life.
Yeah, but
I
but
listened
for
to
some
that a lot.
reason, those I kind of first I don't know why I stopped. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think they're good. Oh,
Yeah, they're very good.
now that I see,
Yeah,
on the app I use,
yeah.
they've cut a lot of episodes. Yeah, so maybe in this platform they don't have all the This American Life episodes, but yeah. I also had a very good one. Like I liked it a lot at the
Mhm.
beginning,
Yeah,
but then they changed the host,
yeah,
and it was kind of weird. Like
yeah.
I listened to that podcast for a long time, and then it felt kind of weird, so I stopped. But it was cool. It was called How To. I've told you.
Yeah.
It's like a interesting one. But yeah, I did listen just to the beginning of it with the first host. Javi have said, true crime podcast have my wife hooked as well. Javi, and everyone, if you have cool true crime podcast that you can suggest me and my cousin, now that I know that Cacaito is looking for podcast
Cacaito
for
Rodriguez.
true crime podcast too, please share it
Please
with
mail
us
them
so
too.
we can check them out. Patricio Juarez said, hi Danny and Nicolas, any art podcast you can recommend?
I try. Can I be honest? Like, I try to, if I'm working, I try to be super mindful of the painting that I'm doing, like that side of the brain, and then I balance it out with stuff that I don't think about. But so I don't do art podcast while I'm painting. I'll usually just listen to like if I'm packing something for shipping, then I can put podcasts like that. But I guess John Dalton's one, Art Grind one.
Yeah, the one of the House of Oaxaca, which is the one we're gonna maybe be there. Like we did an interview for that.
Yeah.
So I know of that too. But yeah, I was gonna say that we even talked about this before, but with podcast, we're not huge like art podcast listeners while we're working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're trying I mean, in my case, I'm trying to have my brain be occupied with something else, like something of a different nature, rather than echoing something that I'm doing already. Because if I do it, if I'm just doubling down on what I'm doing, it just feels a little much for me. Again, for me, this is 100% for me.
Ibrahim Salah said, "Hi, I looked at the other live streams. I do not know if you answered the question, but did you see the Batman? And what did you think of it?"
Yeah, I think we answered in Spanish, so we can answer both in English. Yeah, we saw it. We saw it last Saturday. We both liked it. I would want to watch it again, not in the theaters again, but I'll wait till it's probably HBO or something, and I'll watch it again. But I liked it. My first reaction was that I really, really liked it. It's really exciting because even like Christian Bale's Batman is it does feel superhero-y. Like he's obviously it's like that Dark Knight saga, but it's very grounded. But for some reason I thought this one was like, it's just a dude in a suit. I mean, a hell of a suit. I'm not going to spoil anything, but that's a hell of a suit. That's a hell of a bulletproof suit. But it's a dude in a suit. Even when he was punching, I don't know if you noticed that, Danny, but even when he was punching, like they weren't trying to make those punches sound like crack, like crack,
like superhero.
Like it was like, like you were thinking, like, oh my God, they, he broke their jaw or something like that.
Yeah.
No, it felt like punching. It felt like poof, poof. So it wasn't right then. I remember like that first sequence. I was like, okay, this is different. This is very, very different because it's not this dude that's in the Justice League, for example. It's not a Batman that's in the Justice League. Not at all. It's not a superhero Batman. It's not a guy that if there was an alien invasion, you could be like, okay, Batman, save us. Or it's not like a guy that if he was supposed to fight Superman, he could, beat Superman. It was just a very intelligent guy in a suit, and that's about it. That's it. So I thought that was super, super cool. Like fast thinker, but I don't know. I think that set the tone for the rest of the movie for me. That, okay, this is going to be slower in every sense of the word, like real, like it's going to feel way more real in every sense of the word. And I was up for it. I was totally, totally up for it. So we were even saying that even like it's a 3-hour movie and I didn't feel it. Not at all. Not at all. I thought it was like, I'm not saying it's a perfect movie, but I think it's a good Batman movie. It's a very good Batman movie. And I mean, there's certain things I would say, but I don't want to spoil it. It's pretty fresh. So I'm not going to spoil it for people that haven't seen it if they want to see it. So, but I think it's a good movie. If you're a Batman fan, for sure you're going to enjoy it. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
So I'm going to... Because Javi have said Son of a Hitman is a good one I got into, a podcast.
Okay.
So I was looking for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out today when I work on the correspondence.
Work.
Start working because it's been hard. But
yeah,
I can't say anything else. But
beginning is always hard, I feel. And then when you
I haven't even started, like.
But that's what I mean. Like
I'm stuck.
The beginning is always going to be hard.
Yeah.
But then when you get going, it's like, okay, now it's about doing it. But the beginning, I feel it's the toughest part.
Iván nos dice, la nueva se llama El Método. No hace parte de las demás. Es una novela negra independiente. Dice, les pasé las imágenes de las novelas por Instagram.
Muy
listo.
chévere.
Las
muchas
chequeamos
gracias.
ahorita. Y dice, jajaja, por estar poniendo cuidado acá, le salió pega al arroz.
No, le tocó
pero
comer
rico,
pega.
La pega es deliciosa.
No es
A
muy
mí me
saludable,
encanta.
pero es buena.
Sí, no es que no sea muy saludable, es que es pésima
Sí.
para la salud, pero es deliciosa.
Mi mamá y mi hermana comen pega.
Es
Les gusta.
deliciosa, sí. A mi abuela Elizabeth le encanta. Gabriel Pozo, I'm sorry, said Ash Thorpe has a cool interview with John Paul Leon in his collective podcast. Thought you might like it, Nicolas.
I heard a couple of his in the Alex Toth one. A dude that does like an Alex Toth. He has an Instagram page for that, and I think he has like a blog, and he does podcasts too, or interviews. Yeah, he had one. It's very sad for me to listen to him, honestly. I don't know if that sounds weird, but it's just it's very sad. It's very, very sad. It's kind of weird that that such a talent is not here. He was amazing. He was absolutely amazing. I have no idea why he worked on my commission, to be honest, because my Batman commission was probably one of the latest he did, one of the last ones that he did, and I felt horrible. When he passed, I felt horrible. I was like, I would have never, wanted him to work on something when he was feeling ill. Like, it's just, I don't know. It just gave me so much more respect for him, knowing that he was ill and you just keep going. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, it bums me out. It really bums me out to hear his voice and just a reminder that such a cool guy. It's I never met him, but we wrote, we exchanged messages quite a lot, and because I always looked for him. I was in one convention in New York, one convention in San Diego, Comic-Con, like Comic-Cons, and he wasn't there in those. So I was always kind of bummed that I couldn't meet him. But yeah. But my good friend Dan did meet him, and he had nothing but amazing things to say about him. And I can only say that the way he was with me when we were messaging, he was amazing. He was incredibly, incredibly kind. So yeah, just bums me out.
Jeff Avila was asking,
Hey, Jeff.
Danny, are you as into superhero/comics as Nicolas is? So I'm going to say that I think Nicolas hooked me into the superhero things. Because I wasn't that, I was aware of them, but I haven't seen a lot of movies before I was dating Nicolas. Like, when I grew up, I don't know why, but my family never took me to a cinema to see like Spider-Man or something like that.
I love that you said cinema.
Cinema.
Yeah. 1942. So.
So I was a little behind with that, but it was super cool once Nicolas showed me everything. Because I have to say I have an amazing teacher for that. Because he knows a lot about
No, not really.
that stuff.
I mean,
well, you know a lot comparing to me that knew nothing. And I have to say that nowadays, I think there's not a Marvel movie that's gonna come out that I don't want to see.
yeah,
Like
Danny's a fan of Doctor Strange.
Oh, Doctor Strange is my superhero. Like, he is the best. I don't want to hear other things. Because for me, he is. Like, I loved the first movie.
The first Strange movie, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I loved the appearance in the series they had on Disney.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Doctor Strange. He is the best one. So yeah, I think it's super cool because thanks to Nicolas, I got to learn of a super exciting world that I didn't that I wasn't part of or that I wasn't aware of. So I think it's super cool. But I have to say, of course, Nicolas is a bigger fan. So yeah.
She got me beat in SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah.
1,000%.
But you also learn to enjoy SpongeBob a
Yeah.
lot more because of me. So that's cool. Like we've balanced our likes.
Yeah. And we share, let's see, video games we share. When we
Yeah,
can play
yeah.
together, we enjoy that a ton.
But that's also a thing. When I was growing up, I had a Super Nintendo and I had a PlayStation 1. And then that was it. Like after that, my sister and I became kind of addicted to video games. So my parents decided to stop buying new consoles. So I had like Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, and then I had the Game Boy Advanced. And
I never
after
had
that, nothing. And then when I was dating Nicolas, like I've played a couple of times, like in PS2 or something like that, when I went to a friend's house, but I've never had the experience to have one of my own. And then I met Nicolas, and like I resurrected the love and the passion I have for video games, because I'm super
Yeah, you're
like
when-
I could.
when you're good at them, you're very good.
And when I'm bad, I
very bad.
fight. Yeah, but I
I'm
fight to
kidding.
become better.
I was kidding.
No, and I know it's true, but like I want to become better, because there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, well, I don't get it. I'm not gonna play it. I'm the type of person that has to play it until I become better. So now I understand why my parents took the video games away. But yeah, I'm super happy that now I have them in my life. And Nicolas. But
Oh yeah, third wheel there.
first.
Thank you.
So no, yeah, because after that you gave me the Twitch. What?
The what?
Switch? The Twitch?
The Twitch
The
channel.
Switch? Oh yeah, it sounded like Twitch. The Switch?
Yeah,
And you had the PS4 at that moment.
yeah.
And we started playing a lot. And now with the PS5. We are playing Gran Turismo.
Yeah,
now.
GT. I'm
GT.
doing obviously Elden Ring, but Danny had never. Had you ever played GT? Because I played
No.
GT5 on the PS3 and it was amazing. I had like a
No.
driving wheel and everything, and it was
No.
incredible.
I remember my cousin. I know it's super different. You're going to be like,
No,
Danny,
no.
that's not a
What?
driving game.
Like Need for Speed or
Yeah, Need for
Yeah,
Speed, I
it's
told
super
you.
good.
My cousin had it. So when we went to visit him, we played. But as I say, like I played maybe once every 3 months. So it wasn't that cool for me.
yeah,
And
with
not cool because the game wasn't cool, but because I couldn't practice.
yeah.
And I remember he had Crazy Taxi, my
that one's
cousin. That's why I said you were going to be like, Danny, that's not the same. But I loved trying to play Crazy Taxi driving. Like trying to actually drive.
Mhm.
Like not being crazy in the taxi.
Okay, that's
but like
totally
actually driving. And it was cool. So
good.
good.
Yeah. No. We're trying GT and it's tough.
Yeah.
We're doing the challenges.
Kind of like a boot camp. I don't know how it's called. Like
No, the
learning-
license challenges.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
We're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
those, but we won't move forward if we
Until
don't
we're
do gold.
Yeah.
And gold is like trying to get your time down like 1/1000th of like a second. So it's ridiculous. Like you have to do everything like super perfect. So that feeds into Danny's obsessive side. But the game has this kind of beat. We're stuck in a curve, like
Yeah.
in a dumb, stupid turn.
And I have to say, I think we've played that level,
Yeah.
like that prueba. How do I say it? Like
Yeah. No, that I don't know. The challenge.
that challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 100 times.
Way more.
And
I
I'm
feel.
not kidding. Like we do it, retry, retry, and we can spend all the afternoon doing it.
just like a turn. Like
A turn.
literally,
It's
it's like two.
it's
Well, that
literally-
one's like 2 turns.
Yeah, it's
But
called
that
a
first,
fast.
no, it's actually like 3 turns. But it's all about a first turn.
Yeah, because the road is like you have to do a turn and then a super quick turn and then again. But you have to like cut corners. And if you do it wrong, like as you said, it's like less.
It's like thousands of a second.
Yeah.
It literally is thousands of a second
Yeah,
that we
yeah,
have
yeah.
to take our time down. Because
And
we're super
stuck
close.
there. Yeah.
We are 2,000ths of a second, from the
It's
time that you have to do.
7:21,
Yeah.
17,
Sí, son
700,
Son milésimas. Sí.
Yeah.
So it's a little frustrating. But yeah, so we actually gave up on that one the other day. We were like, okay, we've had enough. I think we've played it more than we had played we played the like a Cuphead world or a
The
Cuphead
thing is
level.
that a Cuphead world is longer. So you spend more time. But this is like 30 seconds and then retry. 30
Yeah.
seconds, retry. So, but we are going to do it.
Oh, sure. At some point, yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Avila said, cool. Did you guys see the Cuphead show on Netflix? Super
No,
good.
we haven't.
No, we haven't. We were finishing a series we were seeing.
Like super trashy.
At
We are
terrible,
so trashy when we watch TV. like reality
realities. We
TV?
like
Oh,
dumb
God.
realities. So
yeah,
we were
don't look for us. Like it complete trash.
we were watching some dumb realities, and now I think we have to see maybe the Cuphead or like the Cuphead series or Ozark.
Oh yeah,
that
because
we're
we left
missing
that
the
one.
last season. So, Jair Piñero said, question 3. Are you guys planning to leave the paint the 100 artist portraits from the Kickstarter book pledge? To stream, to live.
Oh, so
To-
yeah, so somebody had asked us that a little bit ago, but maybe in Spanish again, yeah. But yeah, we said that we are probably going to stream some of them, not all of them. That's going to be our
Commitment to
yeah,
streaming that.
yeah. We
Because it
promised
would
that.
be super hard, yeah.
We promised that it's going to be some, but not all.
Jean Roussine,
Oh la la!
Hi, Jean.
Welcome back.
How are
Bonjour.
how are you? I said.
Oh my God. she's gone. She left.
Yeah. Oh, she blocked us.
Yeah.
Jean Roussine said, sounds like Samu is way better at video games than you two. Oh, 1,000%. Because I think that...
at his video games,
Yeah. Because Samu plays like 8 hours a day.
No.
No, I'm joking, but he plays a lot more. Like, he plays daily, and he plays... Every time he has to spare, he plays.
Yeah.
But
He's playing FIFA, but he plays... What does he play? He's playing FIFA. He used to play like, I guess, Overwatch, Fortnite. He plays FIFA now. He plays Apex, I think, is what he's playing also. So, yeah. So he's kind of like into multiplayer shooters, football, and Minecraft, I think, is like the one thing that he's never kind of left.
Oh, and Ark. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes when he's
revisits
like,
Ark.
yeah, he
So.
just loves that he can input codes and it can change the world. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, we still beat him in stuff.
Yeah.
Though.
Oh, Mario Kart.
Yeah, in Mario Kart, I would say
We're
both
better.
Danny and I are better than
Yeah.
him. I
Because
think
he's
so.
not bad, but we're good. I would
Yeah.
say we're good
Yeah.
at it.
When we were
Um,
good, yeah. When we were playing,
Oh,
we
when
were
we
very,
were good,
yeah.
he was never like near us.
Oh no.
But nowadays we still win. But it's not with that much advantage than when we were playing all the time. Because I was going to say that nowadays we have a harder time to find like the space of like a space and
A space of time.
space of time, yeah.
Yeah, to play.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To play So we play just a little bit, sometimes like in the weekend,
Yeah.
but we don't play daily.
No,
So-
no.
I would love to,
Oh,
but we don't.
if I didn't have to work, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one. I think that's the only thing I would do.
Emily said, you mentioned Overcooked briefly before. My fiance and I have been playing it a lot lately, and it's wild.
Oh my God. You have to
Yeah.
get married. If not, that's going to be your ex-fiance. Yeah, we ended up fighting.
Yeah.
That's one of the only games that I was like, I'm not playing this anymore.
Yeah.
We realized that I don't know if we could play together this.
I
We
would
get-
love to revisit the game.
No. It's just that we get competitive at like different levels.
Hmm.
And when Danny gets competitive, she's like super competitive. Like,
No, the thing, yeah.
Like,
well, I have to say yes.
you know, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde competitive.
No, the thing is that I feel
You
that
would get
sometimes-
super frustrated with me.
Sometimes you sleep while working. Like we were cooking and you were like, oh, I'm going to do this task and you do that. And you were like, I'm going to clean the dishes. And I was like, fine. And I was cooking. And then when I needed dishes, there were no dishes. And you were like spinning around, doing nothing. So it was, yeah, it was wild. Maybe we shouldn't play it
No.
never again.
No.
Ever. So
I really do think it was horrible for our relationship.
I even remember there were some levels where you had to pass, like some doors would close
Yeah.
and you would have to be doing something, and if you didn't, you were losing time. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, losing. And I remember you were like, sometimes you were like, and I looked at your screen and you were stuck, and I was like, no, it doesn't matter. And then again, and I was like, oh my God, okay,
No.
nothing again.
I remember the
And then,
conversation.
I dropped it, and I was like, oh my God, like you've lost 3 times of cooking, and now you dropped the food? No. Yeah, so
Yeah. No, but you
hard.
you are you become a demon. I didn't want to say it, but you're horribly
No.
mean.
No, but don't say
And
that.
I remember. No, I'm kidding. I'm
People
kidding.
are gonna
No,
think
no.
that I was
I'm
like
kidding.
mean to you.
But
and-
I think that when this is actually true. This is the only part that's true. When we were playing and I kind of rage quit, I told Dan, I was like, this is not fun anymore. This is not
Yeah.
fun. Like, I play video games for fun. This is not fun.
yeah, and you
This
were
is
like,
not fun. I
I'm
was
trying
like-
my best.
Yeah. It's like, I sounded like a little kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not fun. I'm sorry, but this is not fun. I'm not going to do it anymore. This is not fun. Video games
But
are supposed to be fun.
sometimes you were frustrated with me because sometimes I didn't even told you something, but I was like I laughed because of the situation.
Yeah.
Like I was laughing and you were like, it's not funny. I'm
No.
trying. And I was like, I mean, it is actually funny. Like you can also laugh with me, and you were like, no, stop it. No, stop it. You know what? Let's quit it for today. And I was like, okay. Like you got super frustrated. Me too.
But
So-
but with the,
But at the end, it was funny. Like when we turned
we were like
off,
a world away.
when we
We
turned
almost
off the-
beat it.
yeah, and when we turned off the PlayStation, like it was super fun to remember
Oh, we always end
how
up
we
laughing.
reacted to. Yeah, we were never like really fighting. It wasn't like
No,
you
no.
slept on the sofa or something like that.
Not
So,
that time, no.
You've never slept on the
O-
sofa.
only when I threw my
you-
back.
Yeah, and I slept down the
I
sofa
know,
like I
I
was
know.
in the floor.
I know. Well, in the other
Well,
sofa, don't say
No, we
that.
have a
Pull-out sofa.
a pull-out sofa.
Yeah,
So-
don't be like, I slept in the floor
No,
right next
I
to
was
you.
gonna say in the floor mattress, the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, it wasn't.
the
It wasn't
floor.
dramatic.
No, but I mean, you know me. If you were sleeping in the floor, I would be like, "Hey,
I'm sleeping
I'm
right
gonna
next
be
to
here
you.
too." Yeah. So, Cody Winnicky said, "Ha ha ha! My wife and I fight during Overcooked too. I'm yelling, the rice is burning, and she's yelling, bring me plates. Ha ha ha! It sounds like Overcooked pushed Nicolas over the edge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was it for me.
Jose Fail said, I'm playing Wild right now, the mobile version of League of Legends. Oh, Wild Rift.
Okay.
Jose Fails then said, "Welcome to Typo Tuesday." So yeah, it was Wild Rift.
Is this Jose the writer?
Jose Fails, the writer that had the typo before and again.
And again.
And again. Cody Winnicky said, "What are the chances that yesterday's correspondence painting will end up in the book? It is so good."
That's for Danny and myself to sit down and decide. Like, if we decide not to put something that we had done in the first 2 years, and instead put some of the paintings that we've done this year, there has to be. We're not close to that, but there has to be like a good reason for that. So that's what I would say. We have to. We have to both agree. So that's the.
And again, it also has to make sense with all the paintings that are in the book. So
yes.
We'll revisit that when we're making the book.
Which is soon. I think that part we could be done with very quickly, to be honest. The part that's going to take time is going to be the...
all the printing, shipping.
No, the rewards.
Oh,
the me
rewards,
painting rewards. Yeah, that's going to be... that's going to be the... That's what's actually going to hold the production back a little bit. But, I mean, that's... You can understand it as like, okay, this was a way to subsidize the production. So it was necessary. It was absolutely necessary.
Ibrahim Salah said, "Thank you for the answer. I have another question.
Sure.
You paint everyday life. Is there a point or idea to what you paint? Do you think or feel art has to have a message or just for enjoyment?"
I think it can have both. No, it doesn't have to be either or. I don't think they're mutually like exclusive. But you know, when people say something like, does it have a point or does it have a message? Like, messages can be super simple, super simple. Like, the message today could be, "I love my son." Like, it could be that easy to understand. Like, this is me having an opportunity to share a space with my son in a different, nature and in different light, because it is very different to think about Samu while I'm painting him than to, play a video game with him or to talk to him. So it could be that, and that can't be any less valid than saying, "Oh no, I'm fighting for whatever." You could insert whatever theme or whatever thesis into that conversation. And there's no reason why those things should weigh more heavily than something that is emotional or that is super important to you. So I would say that there's no world where that is not important, or where a feeling, or if you exchange that for something that you want to be fun, that it feels like less than a painting that is dealing with a more serious subject matter. It's just different, It's just absolutely different. So, but both of them are painting. I think I'm almost done. You know why? Because I think I think it was Leah that was describing what tends to happen with these paintings, which is that color vibrates quite a bit.
Like it appears and like
color
it moves.
Fuck. Sorry. So I bumped the camera. I'm sorry.
You okay?
I'm bleeding a little bit, but that's fine. I hope my blood is the same value as the painting. So it's very tough because there comes a point where there's no way you can model form if it's not by just shifting the hues. That's the only way you could do it. You can only model, you can only kind of fake three-dimensionality by shifting hues. But you're not really modeling anything. You're just making something, more orangey in a spot, or more yellow, or more green, or more blue. But you can't do anything aside from that. So because of that, then you realize very quickly, and this is like the crux of this exercise, and that's why it's like so beautiful, I feel, you realize very quickly that you can't paint the way you usually paint. You can't rely on the sort of mechanics of painting that you usually rely on. And making that adjustment as a painter is something that's super powerful. And I think it's incredibly necessary not when we're doing this exercise, but just for painting in general. Like, we have to be versatile enough to know we have to make an adjustment constantly. Because many times our painting, whatever the painting may be, and whatever formal structure that we've decided to construct that painting upon is, sometimes we're trying to reach like a place, and then we deviate, or sometimes we realize that we just don't have the ability or the experience to reach that place. And we even though we either stray away from the path, or we just can't reach that intended goal, we have to adjust so that we can solve whatever we're working on, right? What we don't want to do is to say, I had a painting and then I just kind of lost it for a couple of days, and then I'm going to leave the painting here because I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Or you're trying to push, and then you're trying to reach this, but you're just banging yourself against the wall, and you're frustrated that you're iterating and iterating on that painting forever. I think those two scenarios are pretty much 99% of every painting that's ever been painted. So we have to understand that even though that's going to happen constantly, that we just crash into a wall, or we just, we think we're going to go in a straight line towards that, goal that we had set for ourselves, and suddenly we're off to the branches somewhere else because we lost our concentration. There has to be a way that we can either bring back the painting to down the branches to where it was, to the road that it was supposed to be at, or we can just say, okay, if I can only go this far and not this far, if I can't paint, this length, if I can't travel this length to reach this expected goal, let me do the best painting I can do in this length. Like, let me do a kick-ass painting that lives here. And let me see if I know, and if I was off in the branches, let me see if I can recognize my mistakes or those missteps. And let me see if I can backtrack and just bring everything together again to that place that is like, it signifies like the core of your painting, your ability, your understanding. And I've always said that the way that you get from here to here, and even if your ability is up to here, is not by getting here and then saying, I'm going to work my ass off, and I'm just going to concentrate, and I'm going to beat myself, and I'm going to work every night, and I'm going to just put more hours in. That usually doesn't work. Like, that level of just stress that you're putting on your painting usually doesn't work. What I would always suggest to people is to say, okay, if you can only go this far, and I'm hoping like the way I'm mimicking these things and on top of the painting makes some sort of sense. But the way that you get better or reach a little bit farther is not by that strain that you're putting on yourself, is by doing this. Let's say you get to here, is by doing this repeatedly. So you're going to be doing 10 paintings, 20 paintings, and then maybe without you even noticing, your 25th painting, boop, lets you advance a little bit more. And then you're going to go like, oh my God, I was able to paint whatever it is, whatever means something to you. And now you're a little bit farther. And now you can say, okay, that's the new kind of limit that I've set for myself. And let me consistently hit that limit. And then, eventually you do 20 more paintings and bloop, you get a little bit, farther. You've kind of earned that ability to go a little bit farther. And I think that feeling is super, super, super important. So I recognized that point in this painting where I was like, okay, I'm either going to be super iterative with what I'm doing, or I'm just going to be, and move paint around and just like slush paint all over the place. Or I can just say, this is it. Like, this is how far this painting can go, because there's not much room for it to go. There really isn't. The choices that I made at the beginning are choices that I had to stick with, and there's no place, like the worst place this painting can get into is where I start mixing everything together. So right now it's kind of interesting because you can see places that are greener and bluer and more violet and more orange, yellower, greener again. So I actually have that sort of expanded secondary kind of color palette in here, where, yes, we started with, let's call them yellow, red, and blue. I know, blue. And we were able to get to oranges, violets, and greens. And those are all in the painting, and you can see them all in the painting. But once you want to do tertiary colors and they're the same value, it's mud. Like, that's when this palette kind of starts to lose its intent, its nature, and then you lose yourself. You can lose this image, like this, very vaporous, ethereal painting that we just did. As soon as you take your eye off the ball, it's gone like in a second, in really like a blink of an eye. You have something and suddenly you overwork something, or you put like a stroke on using like a different hue, and it's gone. It's totally gone. So it's one of those kind of unforgiving but beautiful paintings that lives in this very, very, very subtle space, like this minute little space that you have to fully respect. And I love that. I love that because that's a painting experience that you very rarely get to feel with paintings where you're not hindering your own abilities, like where you're not saying, hey, I'm not going to rely on contrast here. Saying that, I know it sounds like little. Saying I'm not going to use contrast by value seems like, okay, that's like a throwaway thing. Like, you can do other stuff. It doesn't matter. Yeah, but not really. It actually is something that is quite debilitating for the painting experience. And even more so when, because I've been having such a great time with a Zorn palette, we've reduced those possibilities even more by saying, okay, I'm going to, my starting base is going to be ivory black, cat red, and yellow ochre. So everything just so all those choices made everything smaller. And even though the possibilities that we have when we're painting are going to be very narrow, it means that they're also super important, super, super important. So the one thing that I would say defines what I admire most about painting is attempting to do a lot with very little, very, very little. And that's why I love Baroque painting or high Renaissance painting, because it was very limited, but they were absolute geniuses in the sense that they understood wholly how to use the few resources that they had at their disposal. And then, with that very limited range, you then see paintings that Titian did or Rembrandt did or Velázquez did, and you realize what was limiting about their starting points? Nothing. So they were geniuses. And I think exercises like this are just a very strong reminder of what is at the core of painting. At least my definition of painting. It doesn't have to be something that you guys share, but, so just in order for you guys to understand why this is interesting to me, I hope that kind of sheds a little bit of light into that. So should I check, Danny? This is very scary for me.
No, cool.
I think it's going to be terrible, but
no.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe you can see the screen here, so you know that you're putting the
phone at the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
but let me first check.
Okay.
And
to see if we ended up abruptly.
Oh yeah, to see. Oh my God, the electricity
went out. We're sorry.
So can you guys see Samu's face there?
Yeah.
Maybe. So let's do, this is more and monochrome. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
I think that's
no,
pretty
there
good.
we can see nothing. That's why. Look.
Oh, okay.
Try to angle it. Yeah, perfect. Like angle it to the camera. You can see the camera on top.
So you tell me, down or up?
No, a little bit down.
Down.
Not that much.
Let's do a wide lens. Oh my God, wide lenses. Look at that.
No,
Yeah.
it looks. Everything looks great.
Everything looks great.
No, yeah, great, but also great. No, higher there. Look, you can see the screen here.
We've already talked about this. I'm terrible at trying to.
I can help you.
I think we did 9 out of 10 job.
No,
I'm not gonna
it's a
say
very
10 out of
good
10.
one.
No, I'm not gonna say it's perfect.
No, but it's a good
You know,
exercise.
you know what's what is very annoying about oil paint? One of the most annoying things ever, and I used to
the
hate
glare.
it. Well, yes, but I used to hate it when I would use wax mediums, because it was super evident when I was using wax mediums what would happen. So depending on the direction of the light, right now we have 2 spotlights hitting the painting, but you can kind of tell, like, if I put my finger,
Yeah,
like,
you have
there's
2
two
shadows.
cast shadows. So depending on the direction of the light, this is a long time ago, so I need to double check this, but there used to be a guy in this forum that referred to that quality of oil paint as like dichroism, something like that. I don't know why I have that. Dichroism? I don't know. I think it's a made-up word, honestly. But
Okay.
he used to refer to that quality. But so I'm going to give him credit, because I know that I have that word stored in my brain, but I haven't really checked if really this is like a quality of
thing.
oil. Like, this is actually a thing. So forgive me. If not, I'll own up to it. And it's my stupid decision of just saving something and not checking it for all these years. But what it refers to is to something that was very, very real, which is like, depending on the direction of your light source, the light that's hitting your painting, and the direction of your brushstroke, it can actually glare or not. So many times when we are doing a painting, we are surprised by the direction of the strokes that we've chosen. And the only reason we end up choosing those directions for the strokes is because we were able to see them under those lighting conditions, because as soon as we changed the direction, it suddenly became matte.
Yeah.
And then, so if I went, let's say, horizontal, it looks matte. If I go vertical, it looks a little glossier. And glossier looks darker. So my whole point in this is that there's a few spaces in there that I have no idea how to judge based on the direction of my strokes, because my strokes are in different directions, in opposing directions.
Yeah.
And I have no idea if that was actually a darker value because it looks like a darker value, or if it's just my perception of the color is wrong because it just went on a different direction. So,
And you said it right, because I Googled it,
yeah.
and it said dichroism in
Yeah.
optics, a dichroic material is either one which causes visible light to be split up into distinct beams of
Perfect.
different wavelengths, or one in which light rays having different polarization are observed by different amounts.
Exactly. That's
So,
literally
That's
exactly.
literally it. Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. So yeah, a lot of credit to Rob for teaching me that. I don't know, 25 years ago.
and for your memory.
to 20 years
store-
ago. Well, I stored useless stuff in my brain, but so that's super annoying. I think all of us that have painted have that feeling, know what that feels like. For me, it would piss me off when I would take the painting onto different lighting setup.
Even like
And then I would be like, why the hell was I modeling this arm with all these strokes on the same direction? Like
Yeah.
it sometimes it's very noisy when you do that, when you just put your strokes all in the same direction. And I would end up realizing, oh, that's because the glare was bothering me. And when I was doing them in this direction, it was the only way that I could see what I was painting.
Yeah.
So I think that in a painting that has full range of value, it is. I mean, I'm not going to say it's negligible, but it can be like annoying. It can be like little kind of like stone in your shoe, like little rock in your shoe, that you're like, oh God, this is like, ugh. But in this painting, where the values are so damn close together, it's like everything.
Yeah.
Any change,
Super visible.
any change is so visible. It's like so big. But I think we did a good job. I mean,
very good job.
look at the phone. That's what a darkest dark is. Like, isn't that ridiculous?
Oh, we can see you there.
Hey.
Say hi. No, now we
I don't know.
saw
Yeah,
your chin.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You
Double
were
chin.
sending me.
So that's
a
me.
kiss.
But anyways, but look at that. Look how far we are from darks.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Look at that. It's absurd. So it is a painting that's living in a very, very narrow world.
Yeah, pretty.
But that's what makes it amazing.
Pretty good.
These are the sort of exercises that I feel that if we don't do them, our brain is never in a regular painting is never going to feel that sort of stuff. Like it's like the places that activate in our brain are never going to light up if we are just saying, I'm just going to paint like I usually paint. Like, why would I paint this? Like, this is ridiculous. Who cares about doing these exercises? And it's not like, it's not about that, dude. It's not like thinking that this is higher painting or more advanced painting or more sophisticated painting. It's just painting. It's just that, trust me, you start configuring this painting and constructing this painting in very, very different ways.
Yeah.
And doing these sort of things like just bugging yourself, just saying, I want to feel uncomfortable today. That is what eventually makes you push a little bit forward. Those moments where you are kind of fighting through little uncomfortable challenges are the ones that when they add up, they are granting you like the passage to like going a little bit further. If we're just doing the same thing that we know how to do and we just want to iterate on it and hopefully be consistent by doing it, sure, like that's going to work, but you're only going to be in this narrow lane of painting, like super narrow lane of painting. But if you want like a broader understanding, a broader acknowledgement of painting, if you want to truly, have a blast when you're looking at painting, to enjoy painting, I think that you need to broaden that road a little bit. And these sort of places that are so easy to set up, they do that. It's quite a ride. So it was fun. It was fun to do that today. I actually had a blast. So I hope that was good for people to see. I don't know how the end result looks. I need like a little bit of distance to try to
really
gauge.
Like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm seeing it from a distance.
Yeah.
Like I've checked it here.
Yeah.
And I've checked it also here.
Yeah, it's such a weird painting.
No, it's so good.
It's a great experience. But anyways,
No,
do we
I
have
like it a
any
lot.
questions maybe just to finish off?
Oh, let me check. Iván dice, voy a hacer lo mismo pero con azul.
Chévere, muy chévere.
Leah dice, I love it.
Oh, thank you, Leah.
Leslie Cavazos said, amazing, totally can see it.
That's super cool.
Orange said, it's amazing. Because I'm trying to check for one more question.
Yeah, and you guys could double check. You can take a screenshot, put it through Photoshop, and just lower saturation or turn it into a dot gain like black and white. And I think I messed up in some tiny little. Again, we're talking like not even quarter step of value. But those I'm gonna give myself like leniency, a little bit of leniency there.
So Leah said, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Let us know, Leah, what's the question?
Oh, okay.
My cousin said, it looks amazing, Coco.
Thank you, Kakaido of the morning. Kakaido of the morning sun.
Kakaido Pilon. Leah said, do you feel like you push the saturation or color since you can't use the values?
Right. I have to rely upon that because it's very hard to like rationalize, but the only way, like, we can't model form. Modeling form relies entirely upon value. Entirely. The way form turns, the fact that we speak about form turning in space means that there is a light source and it's turning. When we say turn, yeah, we mean turning as in, spatially turning, but we're also meaning it's turning from light to shade. That's what that's when we say form turning in space. That's what that statement is sort of encapsulating. The fact that it's a shape, it's a three-dimensional shape that is put in this space where light is actually helping us understand its three-dimensionality, its volume. So that can't be done if everything is the same value. That can't. Like, our brain is like reconfiguring all this color and saying, sure, that's how it turns. That's where it turns to shadow. But it's only thinking shadow because we're associating a color to light and a color to shadow. But not because shadow is dark and color and light is... Not because shadow is dark and because light is also a lighter color. Not because shadow is dark. Am I saying that right? I'm getting confused. Not because the shadow is dark or because the lighter side of that volume we associate with a lighter color.
Yeah,
there is no light or dark.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of value, we can't speak of, your darks are cool or your lights are cool. No, it doesn't work. So our brain doesn't get that. Our brain has no idea how to deal with that because that's not the world in front of us. Everything that's in front of us that our brain knows how to kind of like configure and put together and then signify and give it shape and associate an idea with it, a meaning. Everything is because we are used to, and we are built, physically we're built to understand that the way nature is being presented to us. And there's nothing about this that echoes anything in nature. Nothing. Like, we don't see forms like only changing in hue but retaining the same value. Like, that's super, super weird. That's why our brain says, I can't see anything. Like, I can barely see it, or I can't make it out. Like, literally, our brain is like, I can't make it out. This is like a soupy thing. Like, that's how we feel when we see fog. Like, that's why when people look at fog, they get like nervous. They say, oh my God, this could be dangerous, because we don't know what's in there. You can't tell it. You can't make it out. So it's super interesting when you openly say, I want to do a painting where I'm trying to describe every single element in there, but you're supposed to not to be able to make it out. But I'm going to use the other resources that I understand are part of the color, like the nature of color, to see if I could help you reconfigure that. But the most primal of things, which is value, which is lightness and darkness, which human beings react the most instinctively to, we're stripping that away. Like, those words mean nothing here. We can associate them because, like, a priori, we know, oh yeah, that's the shadow, and shadows are usually darker. And that would be the light mass, and light masses are usually lighter. But that's our brain, basing those statements on things that we have understood from the past, but not from things that it's picking up here. Here, it's all the same. Like, if we lived in this world, like if we were little human beings that inhabited this world, we would have no word for light or no word for dark, because it makes no sense. It wouldn't make sense, because everything is the same value. So what would we say about light or dark? Nothing. Like, those words would be meaningless. So you almost have to do a painting. You have to start to construct a painting, and you have to teach your brain, okay, that doesn't mean anything. Like, I have to take that out of the equation and say, what other variables do I have in my possession to help me configure a painting, to help me build a painting? And that's what you have to do. That's why it's super interesting. Again, it's a very simple, dumb exercise, but it's super, at its core, it's super interesting because it challenges the way we understand the world, the way we perceive things, the way our brain is wired to perceive things, the way our eyes are wired to perceive things. It's really, really cool. So I think when we can encounter those experiences through painting, oh, that's so awesome, because painting now is not that a thing that has to be bound by nature, but it's this thing that explodes and goes tons of places, and you realize, wow, I could pretty much do anything I want with painting. Like, that is the liberty that I possess when I say I want to interpret through paint. So it's super cool. So I love to do stuff like that. I know it's a simple exercise. It can be successful or not, but it doesn't quite matter. What matters is that you're pushing yourself and your brain to just say, how do I do this in a way that I've never done it before? How do I do this? Like, how do I make this painting work? If every other way that I've tried to make, paintings is now no longer fully available to me, how do I do this? How do I go about it? So it's super cool. Anyways.
So, last comments.
Yes, please.
Robin.
Yes.
Dear Ro.
Hey, Robin Sita.
Said stunning.
Thank you,
I
Robin.
just joined and it took me a few moments to adjust.
I know.
And some heart emojis.
Oh, that's so cool. I think I've always said that with, with Whistler, with Twachtman, tonalist painters. It's like when you see those works, Eugene Carrière, it's like your brain is telling you, okay, the way we usually experience painting, we have to change.
Yeah, it's like, what are we seeing here?
Yeah.
Like your brain has to, like the eye has to adjust.
Yeah. And I think that's super
cool.
Because it's a reminder that we are active viewers.
Yeah.
Like when we are observers looking at something, we're not just like, these people that are directed by the painter, where, she is telling us exactly what we need to do. And we're just kind of pulled by our nose, following everything that, like every beat that the painter wants us to follow.
Yeah.
No, we are super active, very, very active. And there's nothing more beautiful than kind of uncovering a painting. So this is just, I don't know if these are the best examples of that, but it's a reminder that we can be active also. So.
Yeah. Lapis Exilis said, hi, everyone. Wow, this is amazingly cool.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Jean Roussine
oh, la la.
said, the painting is very interesting and lovely. I had to enlarge it and see it all.
That's awesome.
See it all.
Oh, that's so
is
cool.
The rest of this week an afternoon live week? I'm not a morning person.
We're going to do afternoons. Yeah, 1:30. Tomorrow. Well, actually it depends on Danny.
Yeah,
so
the thing is that
whatever works for her schedule when she's working.
No, because I'm a little bit late to starting the visual correspondence because it's been hard for me to think about an answer. So we have to see. Yeah, because sometimes it's better for me to have a morning stream so I can work like without interrupting.
Yeah, tomorrow we can't though, Danny, because I need to ship the
No, not tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, but I'm thinking maybe
Thursday,
but we'll let you know.
Yeah.
But I think maybe we're going to have a morning session, but I'm not sure. So
Anyways,
so
I think
thank
we're good.
you. Yeah, I think we are. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for
Danielita
joining us. Oh, so Lapis Exilis said, sorry for the name change. I'm Shade Black. Adjusted to fit the Instagram. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's awesome, Shade.
So hi,
Awesome.
Shade. So I think we're good. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And remember, maybe if you are new here, we have a storefront, which is, I'm typing it, our painted
boiledghost.com. boiledghost.com.
Our paintedlives.com. Yeah, it actually works.
Yep.
And Lasagna Cadaver.
Yeah, classic.
So we have a storefront, and every painting that Nicolas does is available maybe like less of an hour after we finish.
I think I'm going to put down my Hulk painting.
You think?
Yeah, that one didn't sell, but I want to keep it.
I like it.
I want to keep it. I love
would
the
be
Hulk.
happy to have it here.
Yeah, I want to keep the Hulk. I like it.
I love
It's
it.
my first Hulk since I was in kindergarten.
And it's not only a Hulk, it's you.
It's me Hulk.
As Hulk.
It's Mulk.
Like a bald Hulk. I love that part of the painting. No,
I know.
really like
I love
it.
Too. I like it too.
Because I've never seen
So I want to keep that one.
that.
So I'm not just saying that so that people go like, oh God, I didn't consider the Hulk. I need to go rush and buy it.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying it like honestly. I want to keep it. I like it. And Fer liked it, so she really liked it. Like the other day she walked in and she was like, I love this painting. And I was like, what?
Amazing.
And I was like, what? Because Fer doesn't say stuff like
No.
that. So it was so funny that she walked in and I was like, I love this painting. And I was like, really? And she was like, I love it, Dad. I love this painting. And I was like, you know what? I love this painting too. So yeah, so I'm going to keep it.
Yeah,
So,
I love it too. So
Yeah.
I'll be happy to have it
awesome. Awesome.
here. Yeah. So we'll see you tomorrow
Yes.
at 1. No, I'm not going to say an hour
In
because
the
we're
morning.
always kind of late. Kind of.
1 in the morning.
No.
We
No,
should
no, no,
we should do that one day
Mm.
just to see who's there. Like
We would be here alone. talking.
no, we've got enough like people, amazing people all over the world that I
Yeah.
think we would have some company. I feel.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you everyone and
Thank
we'll
you guys.
see you tomorrow.
Love you guys.